day speeds by. I don't know who's driving this hate train. I would jump, but I don't know how to fly. And all of life's stories told somewhere behind all the lies. We're cheating each other out of our self-respect, sure to be a social demise. Why should we let someone else take us places we've never been? If we don't get our hands upon the controls, that's the way we're gonna win. On the hate train, on the hate train. I'm always told to voice my opinion and to do it in my way. Well, the bottom line is no one's listening. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Well, I'm sick of the bullshit you feed me by your tiny political minds. If you don't turn around and get out of my face, the only ass you be kissing is mine. Why should we let someone else take us places we've never been? If we don't get our hands on the controls, there's no way we're gonna win. On the hate train, on the hate train. Why should we let someone else take us places we've never been? If we don't get our hands on the controls, that's the way we're gonna win. On the hate train, on the hate train, yeah, on the hate train, on the hate train. There's no way we can let somebody else drive us places on this train. If we don't get our hands on the controls, you know we have nothing to gain on the hate train.
It's almost time, get your dag hats on.
Hello, everybody. I have no idea why I have welcome to the show in front of my face. Yeah, it's still there, and, well, I gotta make it there we go. Okay, my name's Dino Manzella. I'm going to be doing a big reveal on Dag. To tell you the truth, I did an interview with him a little while back, and he thought it was good. I don't get it. But anyway, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm not even going to go into all the details, but I will let you know that he took a polygraph test about something serious in his life. I'd like to see what's going on with it, is really what it comes down to here. So, do me a favor, get your, do whatever you need to do to get ready. It's just going to be a few minutes before we're ready to go. We're just trying to gather some people here. You can put your new socks on, if you got those. You can if you got a hat, if you got a dag hat. I don't even know if there are anything else like that. I know there are dag mugs. So get one of those, but whatever you do, put your dag hats on. I'm ready to roll.
Day after day, take a look at myself. The truth is etched in the mirror. Night after night, as I lie alone, my future becomes quite clear. longer must I wait for someone to share my dreams? How much longer must I wait for someone to hear my scream? Sometimes I lie alone, sometimes I cry. I cry me away. Sometimes I spend my days wishing that I could fly me away. Some days with pain and loneliness, it enters into my dreams. Toss and turn, waking up in a sweat, wondering what it all means. Hey, come here, oh, where are you? Is this what I'm fighting for? Hey, come here, although away, my heart can't take anymore.
Wow.
All right, well, here's the thing. I kind of need a heads up since you don't know any of the equipment that I have here. Let's see which is going to be the best camera view. Look at that one. Where's that one from?
I don't know.
That's way up there, isn't it? I think it's that one over there. Yeah, it's that one over there.
That one over there.
All right, let me turn this music off. Hello, Dino. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Oh, you know, I got to turn this off. Hang on a second. You didn't even let me do the intro.
You want to do the intro?
Well, I have to do the intro. Now look what you've done.
We make it sound
You've
like
locked all the computers up. You have just created... Okay, what has happened here?
I don't know.
All right. Oh, for the love of God.
I have a feeling my microphone's not as loud as yours.
That's because you don't talk into yours the
No,
way
it's
that I
good.
do. I love.
That's
Let's
better.
take this. All right. Let's slow down here a little bit. Hi, everybody. Why is this camera
Look how
angle
big
like
your
this?
head is.
Well, that's because of where the camera is. It's not really my head.
Oh, yeah, blame the camera.
I'm going to blame the freaking camera. Hold on. Now I got to do.
We're going to do the big reveal, but it looks like it's going to be your big head.
What the fuck is
I'm
going
just
on?
saying, man.
Everything was
Look how big
fine.
your head is compared to mine.
Oh, okay.
Nice going.
All right.
All right, so
we're gonna switch camera angles
that's
here
how-
for a minute. Let's
Th-
watch
that's not a
chaos
very-
ensue.
I don't want to have. That's a bad shot. I'm just
Terrible shot. Here, we'll go ahead and we'll put this shot in there for now.
All right.
While we try and figure out this one. All right. So listen, I had this all set up, and then you, Captain Impatient. When did you become impatient, guy?
Whenever I want to.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
You gotta be. Who's calling?
Steve Mueller's calling.
Fuck. We've been here for
I'll
2
tell you.
hours setting this up, and nobody's called.
No one likes me.
Well, clearly they love you when you're on the air.
All right. Well,
Jesus. All
whatever.
right, so now I have to go back to this because you okay. Now you boobled this all up.
Blaming me. That's nice.
Well, you're impatient.
Oh, yeah.
When did you become impatient? I've
When
known
you came over to my house, I wanted to play video. You come over, I thought we were going to play video games.
Oh, I didn't.
That was the whole thing. You're like, hey, you want to come over and play video games? And all of a sudden I get this big reveal thrown at me.
Oh, stop. You knew about this big reveal. We're going to talk about this. All right. So here, let's do this real quick. Where the hell is it? Can we just do the promos right?
Oh, boy.
You're listening to Dag. It's the Dag Show.
It is a day
Featuring
show.
Dag.
It is.
And some other people.
It's just me and Dino.
I am some other people.
It's just me and Dino.
And that's
So,
my voice, by the way.
We can put that. Look at that. We can go multi-screen like that.
Oh,
So you
boy.
can see us up close and you can see a cool, groovy angle. And look, we can do this. And we have multiple cameras here. So we can... Okay, I did that one wrong. We can do... We can do that one. I mean, I can do whatever I want, Dino. That's how cool I am. I'm so freaking cool, I can do whatever I want.
So we're here to talk about some things in your life.
Well, yeah, and we're here to talk about...
It's not about me.
Right.
I mean...
I almost blew snot out my nose.
I would like to see that.
It
And-
almost happened twice tonight. Your wife was the first one.
Yeah.
Can you talk into your mic? I'd like to hear your voice
Well,
beaming into my ears.
Funny thing. My wife goes, "You're not as loud as he is."
No, that's because he's 6 inches away from his mic. It's an SM58. You should know. You should know how to
Well,
use
I turned
it.
up my gain, so it should be better.
Okay.
It's not like I have it. I'm holding on to it. I use mic stands. So we're going to be talking about your life and really about what you're doing now. And from what I hear, things have changed. I mean,
things have changed.
Oh, boy.
Hello, welcome to Dag's life. My life has this tendency to take this kind of roller coaster ride, and it's starting at 55 years old to become a little frustrating.
You're 55. Wow, man. So am I, so it doesn't matter.
What the hell is that?
So we're going to talk about life rides.
Yes.
That was one of the things. That's something new.
Yeah,
new
it's
in your life.
It's really so. The show. Hold on.
We're also going to talk about your love life. So I'm thinking maybe we do like Dag's love rides. Can we do that?
Can't. No. First of all, if you go back in my life, and there are a few people. As a matter of fact, a really good friend of mine, very, very wealthy man who was kind of my mentor in business. He's contacted me several times and said, "Dag, you have to write a book." I go, "Who's going to believe it?" He goes, as long as a couple of people, I don't want to say who, are still alive, there'll be validation." But the stories are off the chain. So
and litigation.
No, I don't think there'd be any litigation. Hopefully not. I've had my fair share of that over the years. But no, I've had a pretty amazing life at the end of the day. So
So we're doing life rides.
Life rides, which is probably one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Don't go into details yet because I want to ask you about
Okay.
that. Okay.
All right.
Next one was you're going to do about Let's Eat.
Let's Eat is kind. Listen, you can't reinvent the wheel because cable TV's already done everything. So.
And so you're going to do. I'm imagining because I don't even honestly, guys. I have
You
no
see
idea
the
what this
VU
show's
up
about.
there?
Yeah,
Look at-
how small my head is.
Right. We just don't want to blow everything out here.
What?
But I like hearing myself in my headphones really loud.
Yeah, but that makes it loud in my headphones too.
No, there's a headphone amp here. You can pick your own volume. I
why
turned
would you
yours
turn
up. I
that
don't
up?
know why I turned yours up. I'm sorry.
Oh. But
It
you
was
get
rude
loud.
of me.
All right.
All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
So I don't have any idea what is it? Let's Eat is all about. I'm in my mind. I might be totally wrong. You're gonna sit down and eat food at different restaurants and talk about the food.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm totally ripping off the Food Network and Guy Fieri. I mean, I'm plagiarizing the shit out of this, but I'm not the only guy who's done it.
Okay, but are you going to go into it's going to be a different restaurant every time, or are you just going to go in the same
the
I'm at
same.
Denny's.
Why would I go into the same restaurant
Well,
all the
it's a different
time?
meal.
That
You
doesn't
got,
seem like a
Denny's,
show.
The Grand Slam you're doing, or whatever that's called.
No.
And then you're going to do like a Salisbury steak. I don't know.
No, it's what we're doing and what we start shooting in January are restaurants who have, whether they're hole in the walls, they're nice restaurants, doesn't matter to us. It's just a restaurant that has a cool dish that they're really proud of. So we'll go in like Guy Fieri and, who I'm totally ripping off, and we'll shoot that. But the cool thing is that, not only will we talk to people who are there, if anybody's allowed to have anybody in their restaurant down here in Chicago, but we'll sit down with the owner. I want to hear the history of building the business. See, what's important to me is a story of investing your time and your money and the hard money that your family put together. That is a big deal for me. As you know, I'm an entrepreneur, so money is a big deal to me when it comes down to
relationships too.
Well,
you want to talk about the relationships as well.
You mean in the restaurant? You keep going back to the polygraph test already. We haven't even gotten through the first segment of the show. We've been on the air for 5 minutes.
I don't even know what it is. I got sent a letter.
Oh, stop it. He's so full of shit. Right now he's totally actually making that up.
All right.
But he's known about this, and we'll talk about. I want to talk about that later.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Life Rides has been this really amazing. A friend of mine, Jennifer, said to me 2 years ago. See, I'm retired. Let me preface this here. I'm retired. I retired, sort of. I realized I still needed to work, but I had the baseball field maintenance restoration company. And when I pulled out of that final year's contract, I'm like, yeah, I got to have something to do. I had a shop. I don't have a shop anymore. But I had a shop. I was going there. I would buy cars. I would buy antiques. I would refinish things. I would sell them. I would flip them. I would just kind of chill out. And then people would come over at the end of the day when they were done at work in the industrial park. We'd drink beer. We'd hang out. And it was really just perfect, And I had been alone and single for, although Linda and I were still married for a majority of that, we lived in separate places. She lived in Barrington, and I lived in Oswego and in Plano. When we got rid of the big house, when the kids were grown, and all the toys, it was like, I just need to downsize. So I downsized, and then I had the shop. And
the
that
shop was your man cave?
The shop was a thing. It was almost like it was, imagine Amazon. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Like, if you just sit home and you order things on Amazon, I went to a shop and then went on Marketplace and Craigslist and bought shit and brought it back to my shop, just filled it up with crap, and then I would refinish things, I would fix cars, I would flip cars and everything. So that's what I did.
I'm curious, when you did that, did you sell them on different mediums? Like, did you go, back in the day, there was the ad paper, Trading Times. What did you use? How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
Well, this is in the last 7 years.
Oh,
8
so
years.
you're talking eBay. You would go to eBay and then sell it, or something?
I didn't deal with eBay, but yeah, similar. I dealt with other mediums, but and life was great. you know. And then I'd go home by myself with me and my dog, and it was fantastic. And then I'd get up early.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Yeah, I had 3 of them. One, which was Eva, which belonged to my, which is a dog I bought with my daughter when she was 18. Eva got really old. She was, we had finally had to have her laid to rest a year ago. And then I had Crosby, which was a dog I bought for Linda. And then Albert was my dog, the meanest, biggest yellow lab in the retreat.
You mean like did you get along with him? Or no one else
he was just an asshole. He grew up living on my property on 6.5 acres on the Fox River, where his playmates, literally, I'm not making this up, were coyotes. 2:30 in the morning, coyotes, they'd all be out there and they'd all be playing. Albert every year got a deer that a hunter lost or whatever, and finally, the hunter couldn't find it, and Albert would drag that deer all the way back to the house, and he would eat that deer for 3.5 weeks until he could drag the whole carcass onto the deck. It was the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in the whole world. But Albert, since he was a puppy, he was really, really skittish. And he was just really weird. Like, I had this really big garage, and it was 3 levels. I had an apartment, which 2 of my kids lived up there while they were going to college. And he came downstairs, and it was a 4-car garage, and then downstairs there was an 8-car garage. It was really cool. And a
lot of garages.
It was one garage. I mean, it was literally like a 12-car garage. It was a garage that, like, if you had a pickup truck and your friends moved, you like wish you didn't have a pickup truck. I had a garage. It was so cool. My friends go, "Can I store my boat in there this winter? Can I store my quads? Can I put my dirt bikes in there?" That's how big, because I didn't have 12 cars. I literally had a 12-car garage.
Where do you now? I'm just thinking to myself, when I'm going looking for a house, I'm not going. I'm gonna go find a garage with a little house attached to it.
The house was beautiful. I mean, our house was beautiful.
Was the house like a 12-room, or was the garage?
No,
bigger?
the house was. The property was built on a hill, and so the master bedroom had a walkout onto a beautiful deck, and next to the master bedroom was a beautiful family room. Then you went upstairs, which was ground level from the front of the house, and you would pull in, and that's where our kitchen, our living room was, and then there were bedrooms upstairs. So it was beautiful. And when you came kayaking down the Fox River and you saw our house, it was gorgeous. It was 6.5 acres, and I mowed every freaking bit of it every freaking week. It was horrible work. But the property was beautiful, and our neighbors had gorgeous property, and they all
Did they have dogs as well?
Yeah, everybody had dogs.
Did Albert get along with those dogs?
Albert got along with dogs, but Albert became pretty aggressive, and Albert had attacked. Actually, when Di and I got together. See, we're totally going in the wrong place.
We're doing the love thing now?
No, we're not doing that. No. That's going to be later. It's not a love thing. Why are you calling it a love thing?
I don't know what else to call it. I knew
it's a polygraph. All right. Anyway,
I know her.
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. He's going to die tonight.
I do whatever I want. If you're going to invite me to be on the show,
if I'm going to invite you to your house,
if you're going to invite me on your show, you're going to have to deal with.
I'm dealing with it, but I want to try and stay on track.
Of you. I know that love side of you. I'm sorry.
I know.
Well, okay. And when I was asking about the dogs, the only dogs I knew you had were Mac and Cheese. And they weren't even your dogs.
Those were not my dogs.
Those were Di's dogs.
Yeah, those were Di's dogs. Cheese I never wanted.
Well, that's
but I
nice.
fell in love with that stupid dog in like 12 seconds. So no matter what I could possibly say.
12 seconds
It was 12 seconds. That dog was so freaking cute. He was just so lovable and stupid looking, and he was such an idiot and just fun, and he was fantastic. But Albert,
would Albert have gotten along with Mac and Cheese?
Well, no. This is what happened with Albert. So Albert had started this aggression, and I wound up having to have my daughter take her min pin, our min pin, and I had Linda take Crosby, which was a dachshund, because Albert was starting to attack the little dogs. And so when I first moved in with Di, I brought Albert over, and he attacked Matt. Well, I was in the yard, and I pulled Albert off Mac, and Albert attacked me. I have the scars on my fucking arm to prove it. All the way up here. I bled like a stuck pig. It was awful. It was really a horrible day. And I love that dog so much, but he only wanted to be with me. I was the only thing he could be with, and that was that. And once I introduced him into this new situation, he wasn't having it. Luckily, he didn't hurt Mac. but he hurt me really bad. And Di had kids, so there was no way I could roll the dice.
Sure.
What if he got mad at one of her boy? I mean, I just couldn't live with myself. And it was really bizarre. I mean, because I was bleeding like a stuck pig. I don't know where he bit me in the arm. I don't know what he hit. Some kind of artery, or not an artery, but a vein. It just got bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. I'm like, oh,
well, you're talking about an animal that.
But he
drags
backed me up against the fence. I've never seen him go like that. So, I told Di, I said, I can't have this here. This is the beginning of me getting all my shit going away. So now she really worked hard, and she found this. There's these 2 veterinarians that own 6 practices, and they live out in Yorkville, and they have a farm, and they take in these animals that are all screwed up, from horses to llamas to dogs to everything, and they're hard to get them to take a pet. They just don't take every pet. But they agreed to take Albert, and that was a horrible day for me. It was horrible.
Have you gone back to see him?
No, you're not. Once you drop him off, you're not allowed to go back.
Oh.
Because what they do is they work on this rehabilitation, and if they can't be corrected, they kill him. They got to put him down,
So they don't tell you, I guess.
You never get to know. But once you
well.
leave, it was really bad because I had Albert since he was a puppy, and he was so attached to me. It was ridiculous. And anytime any of the other dogs came around me, he just wasn't having it. I was his guy. It was just awful. I don't want to talk about Albert anymore.
Well, that's kind of the love story.
Well, it's a love story with my dog.
That's what I meant. Okay.
So
we're going to talk about life rides, you said?
Mm-hmm. Well,
let's eat concert series, which is all about bands, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've always done bands, so that's going to be interesting. And then an executive. You got 2 exclusive clubs. One. One exclusive.
Well, we have 2. The other one I can't name the one today. I was hoping to be able to name it today.
Can I name it? You can't get in trouble?
No, I'd rather not say the name because this is really going to be big. This club is beautiful. I'm working. Let's talk about this since we're here. I'm working with Brian Mitchell from TSA Audio. Now, TSA Audio is a company that his father started, and they did. Their sound systems are for Soldier Field. They do Aerosmith and this and that. So now, through COVID and all concerts in the world are canceled in the United States, Brian had to get creative, and so he started working with some clubs. Wonderful man, loved this guy to pieces, wonderful guy to talk to and talk business with, and he just wants to do the right thing. But you come from doing concerts and then all of a sudden get into the club scene. It's a completely different animal.
Sure.
He's been trying to put a lot of things together, and he's put some things together in several clubs. And his family has this really amazing relationship with Great Lakes Dragway. And the gentleman who owns Great Lakes Dragway is like Brian's father now because Brian's dad's gone. And knew Brian since he was little. So he had this pavilion, and now they call it the Whole Shot Pavilion, and it was going to be a place where we'd put some bands, and it's got a bar, and you can get food and stuff there.
I think I've been in there.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Well, the owner came in and remodeled the whole thing for Bry. Bry built a new stage. Everything is done there. Sound and lights are coming in. And that's like Bry's baby, and I'm lucky because Brian brought me into this, and he's like, let's do some stuff here. I'm the promoter. He's got the club. So I got the call the other day that we have this club we've been kind of working on for several months now, and it's a big club and it's beautiful, and we're gonna have it's like we got 4 days a week to create something because here's the thing now. We're not just about supporting the bands with this COVID thing. It's about supporting the clubs, the clubs need our help. And there are clubs, what happened at Sundance Saloon with Bob and Angie, they had Seventh Heaven out, and then they're like, oh my God, the place was packed. I shot video there for Seventh Heaven that day.
Well, packed in a way that was safe still.
Well, Bob was worried, in that because there were so many cars in the parking lot and that was right when they had issued the new lockdown orders, and Bob and Angie are just so great at supporting the bands, and this whole COVID thing is so goddamn ridiculous. At the end of the day, that you're going to shut down all these businesses and start telling people they can't even have Christmas with their family. It's just ridiculous, And Bob and Angie are really big into the music, and so they wanted to support these bands, and they wanted to do this, but then, well, here's a full parking lot, you got cops on every corner sitting at the Shell station, I'm sure reporting back to the mayor, and I'm sure I don't know this for fact, but I'm sure he took some heat from the city, and the city's taking heat from the governor, and they said, you know what, we don't want to risk somebody getting sick and then getting sued, Whether we think it's nonsense or not, whether you're aggravated, we know. Listen, if I go in your club and I come into your basement and then I see you and go, I got shingles down here. I'm an asshole if I sue you. I mean, at the end of the day,
because it couldn't have happened. It's not something.
It's impossible. You've had the vaccination. So. I mean, but that's how people are. And when you're running that risk, and this is the business that you rely on for your family, you have to make really hard decisions. And Sundance Saloon is a very important club up in Mundelein because that area is very expansive. It's not like there's one club after another. You want to go to the next place, you got to drive around a lake. It's a 25-minute drive to go to the next club. So
that club, the Sundance Saloon, has some of the best people. The food too, by the way, probably why they have the best people showing up there. A lot of really great people over there. Honestly, that's one of my favorite places to go.
The sound is amazing. Raleigh's a sound guy there. Great people to deal with if you're the band. And Bob and Andrew are just marvelous. They're sweethearts, and everybody knows them.
I've always liked mixing there. Their sound systems have always been very good, and the people there to work with. I mean, the
room is set up for a concert and the whole 350, 400 people, and comfortably.
Yeah,
it's not bizarrely
the dance floor is nice and they call it a dance floor. It's not people can dance there. I guess country line dancing was a big thing back then.
It's still a big thing now.
Is
there,
it?
It's huge.
You would know, I guess.
No.
But it's very deep. And but it has a lot of room. It feels like you're at like a small like Rosemont Horizon because you got like the sides and you got like because people could be like over there on the sides and
they have the tables on the very sides against the outside walls.
Yeah,
and you can have that table or booth if you get there early enough, and then the whole middle is just some high top tables, and it's really a cool place and it's fun, and they do all kinds of music. Like some bars are just relegated to rock and roll or to pop or to whatever, but they do country, they do rock, they do everything, and they put it all up there. And Bob and Angie don't spare any expense in hiring the good talent. They really don't. I mean, Seventh Heaven, Lounge Puppets are, these aren't bands that are cheap to get into play a club, but these bands bring the people in. And Bob and Angie and their teams that work there know how to sell drinks and food. They have good food there.
They feed us.
Yeah, they feed the band. I didn't eat when I was there last time. As a matter of fact, I was there shooting Seventh Heaven.
Why didn't you eat?
Nobody offered me any food.
There's a counter there. You don't have people.
I'm not going to go beg.
No, you just go where you ask. You say, I'd like a hamburger. Don't get the hamburgers. Not that it's bad. But if you're going to go there for anything, some of the best stuff is their beef. I like their beefs.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was very busy, in case you forgot, that night, because I was one guy running...
The chicken. That's what I was thinking, not the beef. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was one guy running the audio, which was all the way over there for the DAG show, and I was running cameras all over the club, so I was pretty busy.
Because you didn't hire somebody.
No, I didn't hire anyone. Here was the whole thing. The night before that, I went and shot seven. So that was a Saturday at Sundance. Friday night, I shot Seventh Heaven at the Piazza in Aurora. And then that Wednesday, I shot Death Pop Radio at Penny Road. By the way, I love that band.
Do you want an intern? Because we could find one. Probably ask.
As long as it's free.
Well, that's what an intern usually is.
Well, yeah, I had interns at my recording studios, but nowadays there's interns that get paid.
What?
Oh, yes. They get paid.
These interns
I've
that we're
talked
looking
to
for don't
Columbia
need
College.
to get paid. Just so you know. Anybody
you need
that's
an
interested, he needs help. And you'd be able to work with some pretty big bands too. Even if you know some, as long as I think you can get them in at 18 years old into clubs. If
Yeah,
they're just
you
working.
can if you're
You can,
working.
as long as it's not a casino. Is how we've always.
Speaking of which, big bands. Guess
So
who
let me
got-
just finish
Oh,
that
go
up
ahead.
because I think it's important that you do get an.
I do
intern.
need help out
so
in the
if
field.
anybody knows of like a cousin or a friend or somebody or someone's kid that's looking to be able
It's
to get
not
in
lazy.
that it doesn't drool from the nose, yeah,
Right.
But if you have someone that's looking to be able to get in and actually in a pretty high stature here, we're talking about someone that could actually do work with all the biggest bands in Chicagoland. So if you're looking for that, have them get a hold of this guy.
Well, that's the fun thing. I'm really fortunate is that I've been supporting music in Chicago since 1993 when I opened the first Dag Nabbit studio, and I know so many people, and I have never asked anybody for any real favors. I've just kind of let it go. Even back when Linda and I were doing radio and we were on the Bear on 92.7. We just didn't ask for favors, It was.
What do you mean by favors?
Well, going, hey, can you help me out? Get me in this club. Can you get me?
But there's a trade-off there. You're able
But
to.
I haven't done it. My point is that now here I am. I'm 55 years old. Back in the day, okay, remember me when I was touring and I was making records of my own and I was still helping bands? I was a busy guy. I was doing the radio show. I had a newspaper.
To work with you wouldn't be begging people.
But I wouldn't. I'm not a guy who likes to ask people for favors. Well,
That's
now,
not, oh my gosh, dude.
but
People-
now I'm trying to get to this.
All right.
Now I'm asking for favors. And here's what's funny.
I'm busy, by the way.
Well, here's what's really awesome. So, one of the first of all, I have to say this. Tomorrow, I have a sit down with Frank Cunningham. I'm not going to say any more about this because I'm going to surprise Frank Cunningham. I know there are people
Wait a minute.
watching who know who this guy is,
If you-
but this guy does not ever talk about who he really is. This is going to be amazing.
You said you're going to surprise him. Does he know you're coming over?
No, he knows we're coming, and we're shooting.
Okay.
We're doing the sit down in this cool theater, and you're just gonna have to tune in. It's 8:30 tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to this sit down.
Boy, you're really stepping up from my arcade. To a
I'm going
theater.
right from Dino's Arcade to a theater in. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. I don't want anybody to come and aggravate me.
Well,
So
it's not like once you go live, it's not like they'll be able
well,
to
no,
get
but
there.
I'll be live and the doors will be locked. I don't have to have them waiting in the parking lot. So, anywho, now you kind of took me off track here.
Always do. What do you expect?
So anyway, so I haven't asked people for favors really, and I haven't. I just know a lot of people, and I'm doing a new record, my final record, because I'll probably be dead at the end of 2021.
55.
Right.
Hello.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'll live forever. Keith Richards ain't got shit on me. I have that going on, and then I mean, we're literally producing 5 shows. We have now a company behind me who's handling all the digital media. So every time we do a show, that everything gets pumped out. They pump that out to we're on every social media platform. So this is what's cool about going back to this whole thing promoting, is that when you come, it's not that I'm just shooting video of your band, but we're putting it on every social media platform. We're putting it on the dagshow.com. We're going to talk about it. We're going to keep moving it. You make songs. You make new songs. You send them to us. They're going to be incorporated in the show. They're going to be songs we played, songs we talk about. Be focused. The only thing I don't like is lazy bands that think, oh, well, Dag's going to come and he's just going to make all the magic happen. No. All you knuckleheads, everybody in your band has to share the media. We got to do it simultaneously. We need to work hard. I'm not going to come out. But see, it doesn't cause bands.
That's nothing new, though. Let's be
not-
serious. Yeah, now, because back in the day, we used to have people that were called promoters that never really promoted.
They
would
never did anything.
All they did was they would say, "Hey, you're going to play this club," and then you would have to promote. That was the whole thing. I don't know why they had the name of promoter. It didn't make sense. But the bands, like I said, it hasn't changed. The bands have to promote. So you're saying they don't?
Well, bands, nothing in the music industry has changed. And bands think, what bands don't understand is great, I like your Facebook page. Fuck you. Okay, you know, well, I'm a perfect example of this. And we're gonna talk about this in the when we get to the later part of the show, because this is gonna tie in exactly.
I got like maybe 10 minutes left.
No, you don't. You can have your Facebook page or YouTube channel, but what are you doing with it? You know, and are you paying attention to the other media sources? How are you going to monetize it? Do you have your virtual tip jar? Are you doing videos? Are you creating new content? Are you telling people stories? Like sometimes bands send me stuff, and it's interesting because I put these posts up and I send them to all kinds. I send out all these emails, right? And bands send me things and they're like, oh yeah, this is our band. And then it's like 3 little hippies talking about their band. I'm like, shut up, delete, goodbye. I'm not even going to waste my time because I got 40 other people I'm trying to go through right now. And why would you send me that? I want to hear your music. And this is the same problem since the beginning of music, when rock and roll and record labels, you get to the point, 42. Do not send me a song where you have a 6-minute intro. Because I'm deleting the song. If I don't get to the singing and the bridge and the chorus in the first minute and a half, I'm out.
Unless the intro's really cool.
I don't even care. You're not Rush, right? So
Pink Floyd, I was thinking.
either way. And bands miss that point. And bands miss opportunities. The great thing about the bands that I think we're going to have at this club, God, I wish I could say the name right now, on January 14th, is that these guys get it. They're like, listen, we want to play that club. We want it next time Seventh Heaven comes, we got an in because we know Dag. And everybody knows who I'm not a celebrity. That's not what I'm saying. But people know who I am in this business and who I'm connected to. So it's kind of funny. People actually think I'm connected to people sometimes that I'm not connected to, so they reach out to me. But at the end of the day, if you're putting in the effort, I'll go to bat for you with the people that I do know. But I'm not going to put a shitty band up. I'm not going to put up if you're not willing to work hard to promote, I don't care what you do for me for nothing. I'm not going to put you in front of 500 people. I'm not going to do it. You got to work as hard as I'm willing to work for you, because guess how much I'm charging you to do the work for you? Nothing.
And sometimes the bands don't realize that once they get in a situation when they're playing in front of a lot of people, that they could capitalize on that, not just from like we just played in front of those people, but how do you gonna go to those people?
Now you're getting me fired up. Me and Richie go back and forth on this one because we love this.
Focus, I love it. So it's all about, like, if you're in front of the like if you're playing in front of Seventh Heaven. By the way, I don't know if everybody knows, or maybe they don't.
I play their music all the time.
No, I meant who I am to them. I'm not on the stage with them, but we are just hitting the red line.
Just keep talking.
All right, so are you. You're nasty loud.
I'm beautiful.
I'm also a sound engineer, so that looks really terrible.
It's going to be okay.
All right, but I'm the sound engineer for the band Seventh Heaven. I've been there with them for the past 25 years, so little under half my life has been with this one band. But what I've seen is, like, a lot of bands, whenever they get in a situation, they will be like, they'll open for us and they'll have like no banner up. They won't advertise the show themselves all that much. Or here's the worst part: they're in front of all of our fans. They don't capitalize on it by having a guest book, like a mailing list to sign up for. No one goes out in the crowd to greet.
Let me touch on that, because I want to tell you a great truth about what the Darren Edwards Project did, my band, and why we went from nobody knowing about us in 7 months to getting the best gigs we could possibly get in Chicago, short of opening for a headliner. And how Joey DeMarco, which is if you don't know, here we're in Chicago, Joey DeMarco, big booking agent for clubs, has
Love
been
him.
for 30 years, great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the band's got a wife and a girlfriend, or a wife. Wow, I said a wife and a girlfriend. A wife or a girlfriend. And they've got maybe somebody who's coming to see them, right? So what we did, and this is before the internet really was a thing. The internet was big in 95, 96, 97. But it wasn't, it was relatively new. I mean, the internet didn't become public to the world until really 1992. So anyway, so here's this new thing going on. What we did is we printed out cards. And I used to go to the office store and buy a bag of golf pencils. And then my coolest friends and chick friends primarily, and my wife, I'd go, here's 10 cards, and here's 10 golf pencils. When we showed up to a gig, every table had one on, but that's not where we stopped. The girls went around, because that shit, the card would become a coaster, and the golf pencil would be thrown on the floor. So I had the girls walk around club every single show, and on that card it said, did you like the band, did you hate the band, do you have a comment about the band, what's your email address, what's your phone number,
Great idea.
and what's your because then mailing address. You would not believe when you had your friends do, like if I just put those on the table, nobody's going to fill them out. But when the girls, you send Linda would go around, or my brother's wife, Arthur, would go around, or any of the girls that followed us, everybody filled them out. So if there's 100 people in the room, instead of wishing you might have gotten 3 cards, my girls were coming back with 75.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive on that.
And then we marketed. Well, Joey DeMarco took notice of that shit, and he went, whoa, what's happening? Because now we could put people in a room, and we would reach out to these people. We would call them. I mean, I had a little call bank in my studio, like a boiler room. Well, hey, Terrence doing a show. You better come. I think he's got prizes in his pockets, you know. But we worked it. I worked every single show like a freaking horse.
You know what?
And we had. Let me tell you the.
All right,
I
I'm
got
going
to
to
tell
talk
you
to you
this
about
last
Joey
story.
DeMarco because I got to fill in some stuff.
This is going to tie to Joey DeMarco. So, I get an opportunity to open for Foghat. Okay, now Foghat, it's the original Foghat. They're back together. It was great. In West Chicago, it's Synergy. This is a true story, and it's the worst story of my musical life. So, I listen. So,
why are you telling a worse story?
because it's funny.
Okay.
All right, it's as funny as the story about my album I put out.
All right. I thought the
So,
dog biting you was funny, but
So Joey says, "Hey, listen." Joey was so sweet, and he's like, "I earned it." He's like, I got this gig. You're gonna open for Foghat at Synergy. I go, awesome. So I had this outfit made, the Captain America outfit, which is the spandex American flag and Prince-like thing. You.
Oh boy.
I got pictures of Dye in it. It's funny. But anyway, so I had this whole outfit made, right? And we had played like a couple of weeks before with a famous band that was on tour, and I can't remember, but they didn't. It was like on a Wednesday night. They did a I can't remember the name. Anyway, let's go back to the Foghat. So we show up. And I had all this marketing. I had hats and shirts, and my stepdad had painted the album cover, so we had the logo, that cool logo, and you had long sleeve shirts with the Darren Edwards project. Our freaking merchandise was off the I actually sold more shirts and hats than I sold records, right? But I had this beautiful booth. It came in 2 tubes, and you set it up, and it's lighted, and it's gorgeous. And so we had to get there for Foghat. It was sold out. And we get there, at like 6 o'clock, and we set up our display booth, and everything's great. And then I had a road manager. He comes to me, Dave, and he goes, we got a problem. And I go, what? He goes, don't look, but kind of look. And there's my beautiful lighted booth, shit hanging up, beautiful hot chick standing there manning it, and there's Foghat with a table with like T-shirts on it, and I got a whole bunch of swag. So I go, well, what? I don't see what the problem is. They go, they want you to take all your shit down, and I went, no, I got a contract. So I called Joey DeMarco, and he goes, they got the room, man. They own the sound. Do what you want. And I'm like, uh-oh. So we get up. So I'm like, fuck it. No, because I need to sell this shit. I'm getting paid like $100. I got a 5-piece band up there, which I'm guaranteeing all to pay for.
By the way, just so everybody knows, whenever you're playing for a big band, you don't get paid what you normally get paid.
No.
You get paid very little.
You get paid
$100,
almost $100 for this gig
because
sold out.
You're supposed to feed off that, so you're supposed to make your money.
I got my people.
You're
running
what
through.
You're selling.
Yes, I need to sell T-shirts, and I got my little radio crew running through an audience where it's jam-packed people like this, trying to get people to say, hey, you like the Darren Edwards project? So we get up on stage. I fought him and said, listen, I'm sorry you guys don't have as cool a booth as me. Or as a hot
Did you
chick
say
running.
that to them?
I didn't actually have the conversation. My road manager did. But
Did he really have that conversation?
Well, let me tell you how this went down. So,
oh boy.
So now we're the opening act. I get up on stage, and remember Synergy, that was a big stage. So we get up there, they start the show out, everything's great. We had done sound check. I start playing the first song, and all of a sudden the monitors go out.
I knew it.
Turned all the monitors out. Now the drummer's 15 feet behind me, the bass player's 20 feet away, the guitar player's 20 feet away, the keyboard player's 20. Everybody's 20 feet away from me, and I can't hear a fucking thing. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So at first I'm thinking, oh, something went wrong, and I went, uh-oh. I pissed them off over freaking merchandise. So the whole show, I'm like, I don't have a choice. I got to wing this. We put on a really, really great show. We get all done. Foghat plays.
Did you unplug your monitors?
I'm sorry. We get all done. Well, before the show, I'd gone into there because there's 2 dressing rooms there, and I had introduced myself and said, "Man, I love you guys. I burned." And it's the truth. I literally burned the grooves out of 2 Foghat albums when I was a kid. And I said, I love you guys. And that previous summer, I had remember when Foghat was split into 2 bands? Mm-hmm. Well, I had partied in a trailer with the original drummer.
With Fog, and then you went with Hat. With the other one?
Yeah, I was partying with Fog one in the summer, and then I was partied with Hat in the winter, and then here I am opening for them when they all got back together and were sick of being mad at each other and realized there was more money in not being a dick, and then they were dicks to me. So we get off stage, and I walked right in their dressing room. I was fucking pissed. And I go, I burned 2 of your fucking records as a fucking teenager. I loved you guys. You fucking suck. Fuck you. And I walked out the fucking room. I packed up our shit and left. I'm not staying for the fucking show. I did stay for a little bit of the show.
Did you get your $100?
I got my $100. Joey always paid.
Oh, wait, and let me tell you about Joey.
That was a horrible story.
As far as whenever we talk about bands, because I called Joey from time to time when we talk, like whenever there are openers that open for Seventh Heaven.
Hold on, let me do an impersonation of Joey. Hi, this is Joey. How can I help you?
Yes. Yeah.
Hi. Oh, yeah. Hi, Dag. Joey calls me Darren. He's like, yeah, Darren, I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm like, Joey, I want to book a gig on the moon. Okay, listen, Aerosmith's going to be playing on the moon. They're booked already.
What? Of course.
Are you calling Joey DeMarco right now?
Let's see if he's up.
You're going to have to put that closer to the top. This is the greatest booking agent in Chicago. Coolest guy ever. Well, it would be fun if he answers the phone.
He might. I have a cell phone, too. He doesn't give that to
what do you call it? His bourgeois phone?
His work phone.
He's not at the office now.
Oh, are you kidding? He's always
there. Oh, yeah, probably is.
Joe, you disappoint me.
Well, here's a funny thing. Like Joey DeMarco, I couldn't get this guy for years to book me, because he's got hundreds of bands always booking him. And then once we started Dagnama, had the radio show, had the newspapers out, all of a sudden I became valuable.
But one of the things that Joey does that I like, hey, how are you?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, that's that. See what I said? I just did a Joey DeMarco impersonation, and that's it.
Dag is here with me. We're live on Dag's show. We've been talking about you. We've been talking about you, Joey. So we thought we'd give you a call. And we were talking about nothing bad. Nothing bad.
Yeah, there's nothing bad. We're saying how awesome you are.
Who does the better impersonation of me?
Yeah, well, it's him. Or Willie, you would do a better impression of yourself.
Joey, I've known you a long time. You've been very, very good to me over the years. And very good to my brother Mike. Can I do my impersonation of you?
Sure, you can do that.
All right. So Dino, you be me calling Joey DeMarco for a gig 20 years ago.
20 years ago. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Hey, Joey.
Hi, Darren.
I'm waiting for this impersonation.
See how nice you are? You're just so sweet. Joey was, and it's funny because Joey, what we're talking about here is how bands don't get it a little bit, and
when it comes to advertising or promoting,
to marketing
themselves.
and promoting, and then Joey was a guy who, especially back in the '90s, and you know, took a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Bands said a lot of stupid things, and all you had to do was do what Joey asked you to do.
Yeah,
If he
promote
said promote yourself and go in there, you'll get this gig for $100 this time, and the next time, if you do a really good job and you're nice to the people in the bar and the owners, I'll get you a gig there again. I'll get you the next gig, and that's how you build it. Bands to this day, Joey, still don't get it. It's the same thing.
No. And
Although it's a little easier to promote nowadays.
Well, I think they
Online,
have
yeah.
more opportunities, but I got to tell you, I'm not seeing them do. They got their Facebook page, their YouTube channel. They got what
they're not having to hang posters, but they should.
they're still not working that hard.
I'm staying away from this topic. It's too close to home for me.
And I totally understand.
Where are you guys?
We're over in Dino's. We're shooting. We're doing a live
video.
DAG show on the DAG show on Facebook, and of course, Joey, it'll be up on the dagshow.com. My beautiful face and Dino's gray hair. Dino's interviewing me on a whole bunch of things that I have going on, and I'm looking forward to maybe including you. But we were just talking.
After you're done, okay?
Sure.
Did you just dismiss me, Joey?
No, he's asked for a link whenever we get done.
No, but we were talking about the music business, and your name came up, and I'm a big Joey DeMarco fan, and I just want to thank you for always being good to me and my band.
You're a gentleman. Thank you too, Darren.
You rock. See, Joey's one of only 6 people who call me Darren.
Sorry, man.
No, it's great. I love it. That means you know me, and you've known me a long time. So,
Do you have a band out? Do you have a band that's together now?
I don't, but I'm working on something for 2021. I'm going to do my final record before I.
It's not as final.
I'm doing the record. All the material's done. Now I just got to. I'm working with several different people to help me produce it, and we'll see who wins that prize. Wow, I just sounded really arrogant there.
Let me know, okay?
Thank you so much, Joey, and
You guys have a good night, man.
you
All right,
do the
buddy.
same, brother.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jesus Christ! See how nice he is, and how anybody could ever say anything bad about Joey DeMarco in my life, because they go out and they don't promote, and then Joey says, "Well, I'm not booking you again because you sucked at your job."
He doesn't say it like that,
No,
though.
he doesn't. But if I was Joey DeMarco's mouthpiece, if Joey DeMarco hired me and said, "I'm not going to say things, but I want you to say it for me," this is what Joey DeMarco's brain is saying. Fuck you! You brought 3 people. You didn't promote anything.
I'm going to talk about Joey. Then do you have a link that you can send him on this?
What
Just text
can you
him?
just thedagshow.com?
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Or facebook.com
He doesn't
slash
have
the
Facebook. He
okay
doesn't-
thedagshow.com.
Is it he can get a live hit from that?
Well, he can't now. We're in the middle of the show. I'm going to have to do this and then upload it, and we still have a long way to go.
Then I'll give it to him later.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, I thought it was live.
I
on
think
that
it was
show.
very cool, though. Okay, it's live right now on Facebook.
I thought
Are you
the DAG
confused
show.
about where we're at?
Yes,
We're
I thought
in-
can you go to the
Ladies
DAG?
and
Let me ask
gentlemen.
this. Can you go to the DAG show right now? TheDagShow.com and
No,
click
you
on-
go to Facebook. You go to
can't
my
do that.
personal
He
page
doesn't- yeah,
or
it's
to
fine. I
facebook.com
can't-
slash
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
not happening. Are we done talking about Joey? Because I need to talk about Joey.
Okay, you go ahead and talk
You're gonna
about
change
Joey.
the cameras. That's good.
No, I'm just going to get a different view.
Oh, good. My bad side.
Okay. Are you going to be
Nah,
happy
it doesn't
about
care.
anything?
No, not at all.
Look
Wow,
at
there
that.
are a
Look
lot
at-
of arcade machines
Look
back
at
there. I think
We're
we'll
here.
play.
I am here. I had to fly to Turkey to Dino's Video Game
It's
Emporium.
not Turkey.
It's Turkey.
But with Joey, normally whenever a band opens for Seventh Heaven, I go ahead and I give them a call, or normally I write up a kind of a background on what went on. if the band did well or not well. And I honestly, I try to point out all the good things that they did, and if there's something terrible, I'll definitely let them know, like, we will never work with them again or something like that, or they worked well with us. A lot of people work well with us. But Seventh Heaven, the crew, we treat the openers like they should be treated.
You guys actually have a reputation for treating the openers very well.
And there's a reason for it, because without these other bands that are up and coming, then the headliners aren't. They're the future headliners are the ones that start up. I remember starting out like that. I remember being stuck at we were opening for was it Bret Michaels, I think, but it wasn't even Bret Michaels is so cool. He came over and introduced himself to us in an alley. It was kind of funny. That's another story. But tap me on the back. I didn't even know it was like we're unloading it. I'll tell you a short story. I'm unloading gear in the back. He comes by and he taps me on the back. I turn around and he goes, "I'm Bret Michaels." I'm like, "I know." Like, what are you gonna say to that? I'm Bret Michaels. So I'm like, "Hi, I'm Dino."
I'm gonna say that from now on. Every time I see you, I'm gonna tap you and I'm gonna go, "Hi, I'm Dag." And I want you to just turn around and go, "I know."
Here's something. The cool thing about Bret Michaels, and this is nothing. His stage guys, whoever stage manager, whoever who was running that was a total idiot compared to Bret. Bret said something to me that really it rode really well. He said, "Thank you for playing with us." So instead of saying opening for us, which is kind of like you're above us, playing with us, I was like, wow, that's a cool way of versing that.
Well, because it's rock and roll and we're all on the same fucking team.
That's what I was saying. He was like totally cool on that.
We're all trying to do the same thing. And
not we all, because I'm telling you, that stage guy, that stage manager was totally a jerk. Here's what he did. So he comes up to me, he goes, "Hey, can I see your set list?" I'm like, "Sure." So I go over and bring him our set list over to him. And he goes, "You have a marker?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I hand him a marker. He goes, he starts scratching like tunes off.
Well, like songs off Seventh Heaven
like,
set
why,
list?
Why? And he goes, we might play that song. And like, one of those is an original. like, how?
You might be playing.
And then he goes to unscratch it out by scratching.
You know what?
Verse.
Let me tell you something that would be freaking awesome. And if this summer, if I put this new band together, I want to open for Seventh Heaven as a Seventh Heaven cover band.
See, I do go over.
I just want to. Do you know how I want? If I'm going to do that, I want to aggravate Richie as much as possible.
It's not going to happen. It come down
on me.
No, I
know.
It would totally come down on me.
But think about how funny that would be.
Oh,
though.
it'd be hilarious.
If I just showed up and played all Seventh Heaven songs.
Yeah, you're going to come to the meeting.
I did a Seventh Heaven medley of their songs.
Yeah, you can come to the meeting afterwards where I have to explain why you guys played that.
No, I'm going to buy a house in a different
actually
county.
The one that goes in. I'm the one that actually goes to the opening bands and asks them what songs they're going to be doing, and if there are any songs that overlap.
I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. I'm thinking about this in my mind. How stupid and funny it would be to fuck with Richie.
But if any bands do have overlapping songs, here's my point. We do treat the openers very well.
You guys do.
We go out our way. Like if they're going to play the same songs we do, and sometimes they play a few of them, I ask them to move them to the front of their set, and we move it to the back, so that they're not happening right at the same time.
Right now, I'm thinking of a new marketing idea as to work with multiple bands, ask for their set lists, and play everything they're playing before them. Go on. We're only an opening band.
I'm unplugging your monitors. I will unplug your monitors.
I don't know how many shows you can do where you played the band
your monitors.
You're opening for is entires.
There. I just turned off your monitor. That's what I would do. I would turn off your monitors. Oh, great. Now he's crying. So I have the mic and he can't talk. No, all right.
Oh, that's funny stuff right there.
All right.
Oh, my God. I want to start that band. We'll call the band Stolen.
You know, one of my friends told me, he said, you know, it would make a lot of money if you went out and did the whole Beatles, the White Album. I'm like, what do you mean? And just call it like
White Lives Matter.
Not the Beatles. And then you do every single song. But whenever you do that, you release it and they sue you. Of course they're going to sue you. But realistically, what are they going to get? Nothing, because we're young kids.
Right.
They're not going to get anything. But you'll get the biggest advertisement
But
ever.
what if you started a band and you just called it the White Album and you played all Zeppelin? People aren't creative anymore. Like, I'd say, I'd start a band and go, listen, we're the Foo Fighters 2, and then I would play all Carpenters, the Carpenters. Come see the Foo Fighters 2, and it's all Carpenters. And the reason I say that is because an interview with Dave Grohl, he said, our band is so, 25 years the Foo's been together, right? They're like, we could do a whole Carpenters thing, and we could make it work.
No one
He
can do
goes,
the
"That's a good-"
Carpenters. That's a tough. I would pick
Come
a
on,
different
sing
band.
a Carpenter song right
Not
now.
doing it.
Come on, do it. We'll harmonize
doing
with
it.
you. Do it. Come on, pick a Karen Carpenter song.
Oh, yeah, you could sing the lead.
I'll sing the lead. I'm close to you.
That's why I'm not going to sing a harmony to you.
All right, so we have a lot to cover here. Now we've covered this. We've covered a little bit of rock and roll, way beyond what I wanted.
Oh boy. Do you want to talk about the love story yet?
No, we're not that. We have.
I'm gonna nag you about it. That was the first thing I was thinking about. And to be fair, you called me up. You said, "Hey, I'd like you to do that the reveal." That's all I signed up for. Just so you know, he came over here today and he goes, got this whole list of stuff.
You are so full of shit. I told you the
You told me to
reveal.
look at-
The
I know
reveal
you-
wasn't just about the polygraph. It was about. Listen, the Dag Show is doing cool things. Listen, we have 2 clubs. One in Wisconsin now. One in the suburbs here in Chicago.
Where?
Can't tell you. I really was hoping
All right.
we could say it, but Brian asked me not to, so I
right.
can't. But it's the bands that have already committed to
Yep.
the 14th of January. They know, so they can go ahead and say what they want. But anyway, that's a big deal for me because we're about supporting the bands and supporting the clubs.
Sure.
And that's huge for me. And then we have what didn't Life Rides is like the coolest thing I've ever done. The things people will say and tell you in your car is mind numbing, man. And I actually have a video, and I can actually kind of my computer. I ran out of memory downloading all this video. I didn't realize I had like 7 terabytes of video on all my devices. But my car
You're one of those people?
Well, no, one of my car is full of cameras. So I'm running all these cameras, and then I've been shooting these live shows, and so I'm a little overwhelmed.
And the live shows are called Life Ride.
Well, there's the Dag Show. There's Life Rides. There's going to be, we start shooting in January, mid-January for Let's Eat. And then we have the concert series.
Are you going to have people over when you do the Let's Eat?
No.
I mean, come in.
You mean
eat
to the
alone, or
restaurant?
you just be talking with food
I mean,
in your
as
mouth?
long as JB Pritzker. Hi, I'm JB Pritzker. Let me tell you what's happening now. You're not allowed to have Christmas. If you so much as
boy.
eat a candy cane with your
It's
friends,
political.
don't. I'm JB Pritzker.
No,
JB Pritzker.
my point is this.
Don't you?
If you
there
don't-
are no
wait,
candy
wait,
canes for
wait.
people.
If
no
you-
candy canes,
if
you'll get
you are-
fat like me.
Stop.
I'm 5'3".
If you're going to be just doing a show called Let's Eat, then it's just going to be you talking with food in your mouth because you're not. When are you going to stop talking?
We talked about this earlier. Let's Eat, where we talked about a couple of dishes at the restaurant or the club or whatever. That people think
What,
are
you
cool.
chew and hum the whole time? What are you going to do?
We talked about it. It's kind of like a Guy Fieri. So they show us how they make it, why it's cool. We
Yeah.
talk to the audience, and then we talk to the club owner or the bar owner or the restaurant owner as to how they started, learn about their business, how they invested all their time, money, and family's money into creating this cool idea. And that's what it's all about. It's kind of like Triple D, but exactly like Triple D. I'm totally ripping it off. I'm stealing.
Here
Fuck
comes
you,
the
Guy
litigation's
Fieri.
coming.
I'm sorry. What you did was brilliant, and I like it. Maybe you and I should do a show.
The lawyers will be calling.
No, duh.
They're going to sue you and take away all your equipment. All right. So
then there's
Yeah.
also the concert series, which is really cool, and we talked about this a little bit. Let's not talk about it a lot.
Okay.
That's when I go out. Listen, right now, and my team behind us does not want to charge bands to shoot video. We're going to find our money on the advertising and sponsorship end.
Yep.
But the idea is you got a good band and you got something going on, like Death Pop Radio. I love shooting them. Man, that's
Yeah, I saw that show that you
Oh,
did. They're
my-
good. They're a little heavier than I expected.
Oh,
I
they
mean,
were,
by the name.
they were awesome. And Eric, their front man, here's the funny thing, and I said this to the guys there. So if any of them are watching or watch this, don't be offended. When you meet these guys, you think Dorkfest. It's just like, oh, you guys all
That's
work
not
for...
an insult to a dork.
Do you guys all part of the Geek Squad at Best
Yeah,
Buy?
that's
and then the guitar player gets up, and it's like the only guy who looks like a rocker is the drummer, and Eric.
You don't even see him then. He's in
But the
back.
guitar player and the bass player, these guys are animals, and they're just freaking awesome. And then they get off stage, and they're like, "Hi." I'm like, "What?
What are you doing?
What's with that flip? Give me a handshake for the heck of God."
Look where the camera is. It look like you're
And-
touching me.
But it was it just really great guys, and that band, that was awesome. I mean, I was like, I left the club that night going, oh, that was freaking cool. I really like these guys. And then Bob
How long
and
have they
Linda
been around?
LaFin. I have no idea. We were
Okay.
supposed to do an interview, but everybody was excited because the show was great. And here's the funny thing. Right now, these bands that are doing clubs, any clubs that are having bands, I mean, there's limited audience. You can get in there. And even if everybody wanted to come, we know half of them are not because we're afraid. I'm afraid I'm going to get COVID. And I'm going to have this 99.97 recovery rate. And I just really want to damn at 99.6. So...
I had to turn his microphone off again. Sorry. If you're gonna whine like that, all right, I'll turn it back on.
I think. Okay, so and then we have that. So we went through that. Blah blah blah. What do we go through? Life rides. Let's eat. The concert series, and then we're gonna have to play a song before we get to this. Here's the thing about this polygraph. The very fact that ever I was in a position where I needed to take a polygraph to prove to anybody, much less my fans and followers, that I'm not a douche is maddening. But this isn't a rip story. This is kind of a love story.
I knew it.
Where you tell it, but some truths need to be told here, and I think. I have not seen the polygraph. They were sent to you today, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll come back. Let's play a Darren Edwards Project song. What the hell did you do to my mic? It was blowing my brains out here.
I don't care.
No.
I do whatever I want. I'm gonna go play an
I don't know.
arcade
He got a shingle shot, or he got a shingles vaccine, and his life has been miserable. And then all of a sudden, now Dino's turned into a tough guy. So
I'm an old
I don't
man.
know. I don't know. But you've been like, oh,
yelling about my prostate.
my dog is got a cone on his head. Everybody be quiet. Oh, fuck you up, dog. All right, listen. We'll be.
There is a dog upstairs, my mom's dog, and he had his things snipped today.
Oh, it was
So-
he just got fixed.
Yeah, we made
It seemed like he had open heart surgery. That's what I felt.
I would rather than have that happen.
Oh God, I can't believe you were not truthful with me at all. We're gonna play this song. This is "Walk Away" off the Read Me album, and maybe. Why is that funny?
Because I'm ready to shut your mic off.
God, you son of a bitch. We'll be right back here on the Dag Show with Dino Manzella hosting this. Get ready. Polygraph results are coming up.
my world is ripped from the ground. Life that I've just taken is a new life that I've found. Well, doing a mess, so just don't see the pain. I've taken one fragile life, a life that can be saved. Well, you think I really know it all when it comes down to out my back's against the wall. Well, doing a mess, so just don't see the pain. I would take my own life, but it just would be in vain. Well, it scares me to think. But it's like me. It scares me to think. Just how much I really hate it. Let me walk away. When I walk away. Will I walk away from me? Yeah, will I walk. I'll talk. Walk away from me. Scares me to think. But it's like me. It scares me to think. Just how much I really hurt you. Let me walk away. Will I walk away? Will I walk away from me? Yeah, will I walk? I'll talk. I'll walk away from me. Scares me to think. But it's like me. Scares me to think. Just how much I hate you. Let me walk away.
All right, we are back here. Dino's playing some video games, and I was trying to.
Because I do whatever I want.
Right. Oh, my. Oh, shit.
Now you did it.
There we go. So we can go to that different screen there.
We want to tip that back up.
Yeah. What have you done here? Okay.
Yeah, we don't need that shot.
Why did you have to mess with it?
Because it wasn't aimed at the video machines.
Video game? Okay. So, see, I like that shot.
We'll do whatever we want.
That's a good shot.
Okay.
I'm so exhausted.
All right, so we're going to talk about your love story, life rides, Let's Eat,
no.
concert series.
We
and
talked.
Lex-
Didn't we talk about all those things
well,
already?
I'm just recapping.
Oh,
That's what they
okay.
do when you get back. All right, and then the not too exclusive clubs that you're going to be at.
Well,
And
yeah.
just so everybody knows, it's where you're going to do your show.
Yeah, it's gonna be live.
It's not like exclusive clubs you just happen to hang out at.
Right. Well, I don't go to clubs and really hang out. I don't. I just don't go to bars. Not anymore.
Well, they told you not to.
Well, I've been thrown out of a few, but no, I'm excited and I've worked hard on this. Doing the DAG show, I've been doing the DAG show for 5.5 years. Okay.
Where are you going?
Hang on.
He's going to get a drink.
I got a glass of wine. I'd like to have some of it.
I've got water.
Of course, because you don't drink.
Drink, it's water. I breathe air, not smoke. Kind of the same thing.
Well, I like smoke.
Well, can't you breathe normal air?
It does.
Without siphoning it through
it's not
that thing?
nearly as much fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, I really wanted to, and it's taken me some time. It's taken me about a year to work on some of these relationships and see what we can do and do good things for club owners as well as bands. And then COVID hit, and these opportunities, like I said earlier in the show, are more important than ever. That we're just not out supporting the bands, but the bands are realizing this. I got to give a lot of props to bands right now because I'm talking to them every day. By the way, guess who I got coming on the show next Tuesday?
Already saw.
Tommy Holland. Okay, Holland. I loved Holland, and they lasted like a year.
Wake up the neighborhood.
And Holland, Tommy Holland, was also back in the late 70s. He was a singer for Steppenwolf, and then in the Bees. So
I didn't even know that.
yeah. So, but what a fun guy, and I got to throw all the props to Vernon Voss. So here's the funny thing. So when Linda and I did the Dagnabbit Music Mayhem on the Bear on 92.7 FM, we used to play this band Winterkill. Well, I didn't realize this, but Vernon Voss was the lead guitar player in Winterkill. So now Vernon's sending me this music of other bands, and he's like, yeah, I'm still friends with everybody from Winterkill. Let's do a show. So the Dag Show, actually, we were talking, and he's like, yeah, I remember your show. I remember your fucking Dag Nabbit. I remember. I'm like, oh, my God. You know what's been cool? Going to places and people recognizing me again.
They're not old enough.
I'm prettier than ever.
They're not old enough to forget yet.
Yeah,
so you're not that old yet.
That may be true.
But are you? I mean, I've had people come up to me and go, "You look familiar." Is that one of those, or is it like, "Hey, Dag"?
Oh, it's "Hey, Dag." It's been "Hey, Dag." I do get the you look familiar.
Yeah.
I had a guy get in my car one day. So I pick him up I'm doing the Life Rides thing.
Oh, I thought you were like just.
No, I'm in Joliet. I pick up this dude, and he's got a bag, so I got to open the back of my SUV. I open the back, and he goes, "Dude, who are you?" He goes, "You look like you're about to steal my girlfriend." He goes, "I've never seen a Lyft or Uber driver dress this well." And we got to talk. He was really fun. He was really nice, and I didn't record that conversation, which really disappointed me. But he was really, really a sweet guy. But yes, I've been recognized as the host of the Dag Show in my car, doing the Life Rides thing, and then I go, "Hey, I'm doing Life Rides. You want to be on camera?" No, I don't want to. No, I want nothing to do with this. I record them anyway.
What?
Of course I do.
Really?
Yeah, you're in my private property. Sue me. It doesn't mean it's going to be on the show. I'm not trying to be a dick like that, but
The captive audience.
I do have that captive audience, and it's pretty neat. You see, if I had a producer, I wouldn't be reaching for the machine to constantly keep moving the camera.
You need an intern.
I need an intern. Anyway, so it's been really cool. And when I go to the clubs, that's when I really get noticed. That's when people go, "Oh, you're Dag from the Dag Show. I follow you." You know, it's kind of funny. That's how I was at a Seventh Heaven show in Schaumburg, and my brother Mike, everybody knows how close we are, and he's a drummer for Ara. And he says, "Hey, that's Bob and Angie." So I go to introduce myself to Bob. I go, "Hi, my name is." He goes, "I know who you are."
Of course he does.
He goes, "I follow you. I follow your show and your politics and this and that." So it was pretty cool. And that night, I was standing around, and all these people started to gather around, and I'm standing here trying to talk to Bob and Angie, and they're going, "That's Dag from the Dag Show. That's Dag from the Dag Show." So it's pretty fun. But I'm not a celebrity.
Let me ask you this though:
I'm only in certain circles.
If someone were to like get in your cabin, you say they recognize you from the Dag Show, and to be honest, your show was always very hard, conservative. Have you ever been assaulted because of it?
Well, I have.
Like you've been. I mean,
I haven't been physically assaulted, but the Dag Show. And this is actually going to tie in to what we're going to talk about here in this big reveal. I think at some point. It has some merit in there. But yes, when I started the Dag Show 5.5 years ago on Facebook, I had people come to my house because I was brave. I was brave and stupid, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, here's my address." And they tore the rose bushes because I used to put up pictures on my Facebook page going, "I love my rose bushes. I've always loved my rose bushes." I put my address up, and they tear them all out of my yard. TP my house. But the worst things was when people said my daughters should be raped and murdered, and both my sons are military, and that they hoped that my sons die in battle. One of my sons at the time was liberating Mosul, and it just started to get weird. And thank God, a lot of my loyal followers the idiot who did all these idiots who did these things, and the horrible messages I've received. I mean, the death threats and so on, etc. But the ones that were done publicly, my followers, man, found out where they worked. And there was one guy who I knew who actually said some really awful things to me, and my followers went and said awful things about my daughters, and my followers went to their job.
And ripped up their bushes?
No, they went to their job and tried to get this guy fired. So I had to talk to his boss and go, listen, I know him. He made a stupid mistake. I know he has a family. And I really like the guy, although he's a very, very hardcore leftist. I said, please don't take his job. You're going to fuck his family up. And even though he said what he said was awful, I don't want him to lose his job, and I don't want his family to be hurt.
Did he end up talking to you afterwards?
No, I haven't spoken to him.
So
no, he doesn't. He probably doesn't even know I did any of that.
Now he does, if he listens to the show.
Oh, he probably doesn't listen to my show. He hates me. I'm a
Right.
conservative. So, but anyway, so yeah. I've had my share of frustration, and I'm pretty standoffish. It's a friend of mine sent me something the other day, and she goes, hey, all right, good night, wild man. I go, I'm not a wild man. I literally don't go
Kinda
anywhere.
look like one.
Well, I'm adorable.
You got the beard going
The
on.
beard and the
hair going all
goatee.
over the place.
I'm happy that at 55
Kinda
I look
wild.
this good, and I have good hair. They're soft and gentle and flowing.
What are you saying? That's not very nice to me.
Yours is wiry and gray. It is what it is, brother. You got an SOS.
All right, that has to go off once in a while. I'm glad I'm a sound engineer. I can actually understand your equipment. Yeah, you know sign language. Yeah, you have sign language. Yeah, you don't know. That's it.
I'm so glad you do this stuff with me from time to time.
Yeah.
All right, host, where are we going now?
I think we're
Can you
going to the love
can you
story. You're going to
turn-
talk about the. We're not turning anymore.
No,
That's
turn
right.
it down.
What?
You're look at Mr. Sound Engineer.
Well, look at mine compared to yours. You yell a lot, I guess. My gain's way up higher than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that looks much better on me.
Look at that. Look at that view.
Well, you can read my shirt finally.
So we got to get to this reveal.
Okay, so the reveal.
These are all the video games making noise in the background.
I don't think
by
they
the
can
way.
hear that. I don't think they can hear that. So I have an envelope, a sealed envelope,
Yes.
and this came from. I was told not to say in the email. He said, "Don't say where my company's from because they don't want to get involved."
Here's what's funny. When I started seeking out companies to do this polygraph test, they thought I was fucking crazy. And I'm like,
Yeah, because most people don't go out and get it. So
No,
you
and all-
why? Let me ask you this: why was it that important that you needed to find, what this is all about? Why is this? Why is the truth? Like you saying it wasn't enough. Why do you feel the polygraph was like that's like my key?
well, because like I said, I'm not a
I trust you. What you say, your word is your word.
You just asked me a question, and then you won't let me answer.
No, let's not go ahead.
Here, let's try and get a multi-screen here.
Okay,
Oh shit!
it's like a magician thing, so you can see
Right.
all my hands.
So the reason I did this is it's twofold. One, to protect myself. I've been in this business for 41 years, essentially, since I was a kid.
Sure.
I have a good reputation in the music industry as being a good guy and being supportive. And I have a long history of also doing things that people probably can't even fathom. But in this relationship that I was in, I'm older now, was the most important thing to me in the whole world. And the accusations and the frustration, and I understand how a lot of that came together for Di.
So this is so I understand what's going on here because I don't even know what the questions are. I don't know the questions. Obviously, I don't know what the answers are, but I don't even know what the questions are. This is about your relationship. This is
It was about the relationship with Don.
okay.
Well, you've known Linda as
Sure.
long as I've known Linda, almost.
I don't think so, but I know her a long time.
Well, I've known you 30 years. So if you've known me 30 years, 25 years with Linda means you know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Math is so hard for some people.
I can turn your mic down if I want.
Anyway, I was alone for 7 years. Okay, 6 years, whatever. I had my company. You've known me a long time. I'm an ambitious, hardworking, never stop moving kind of guy. That changed when I got into this relationship. Now, I'm back now, but so a lot of things were said about me that hurt me deeply and were untrue, and they were fabrications. I mean, complete and total utter fabrications.
Where someone said you said something or that you felt something? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that I said things and did things. Listen, we should step back. We should step back on and find out how the Dye thing started. Okay, how did Dag and Dye meet? Because I don't want this. This is not a Dye bash fest under any circumstances. I met Dye. When Linda and I got rid of the place, the big house. We went. Linda moved up north, and I got a small place, and I leased a place in Oswego. And I was going to buy the house, and then I wasn't. Then I was going to buy the house, and then I wasn't. Then I was going to buy the house, and I wasn't. And it went back and forth. And I started looking at apartments. And I was looking downtown Chicago because in my mind, I wanted to go live in Tennessee. I was looking at property for almost 2 years at the time in different counties and in towns in Tennessee. And I wanted to live there. I learned about Tennessee when my son was stationed in Kentucky. And I was going down to Tennessee to see him, and I loved it. And there just wasn't. It doesn't snow much there, and the
taxes are good.
Taxes are cheap, so that was my goal. So I had this thing. I'm going to go live in Tennessee, and so rather than buy the house that I was in, I said, I'm going to go rent a place. And now at the time, I'm going through this divorce with Linda, and Linda and I are super tight. We're very, very close. You know that. Well, she was here for the last. You invited her to that last one to surprise me.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And but I adore Linda, and
I think she adores you too.
Well, and she does. I mean, if you ask Linda, she would tell you. She's told me this. You're the most important man in my life.
She won't be watching this show, but she
probably will at some point.
Really?
She's not really into Facebook, but she'll watch it.
I know she's shy. Oh, yeah, maybe.
But
I like her. She's a nice girl.
She's wonderful, and my relationship with Linda was marvelous for 20 plus years. But there wasn't. She allowed me to do whatever I wanted, and as an entrepreneur, that's awesome.
Yep.
And we had money, and we had jobs, and we had resources, and she always supported it in the sense of saying, "Okay, cool," but she was never into my music. She was never into. Linda's not an emotional person. Okay, in 20 plus years of being with that woman, I think I saw her cry 3 times, and 2 of them were when her mom died, and once was when her dad died. And the other time, I can't even recall why. I think it's 3 times. So, just not an emotional person like that. And I grew up in a world. My mom had me when she was 15 years old. My grandparents wanted none of this. My mom and her sister were maniacs and driving them crazy. And my mom's dad and her sister's dad just left and disappeared one day and started a family in California, and to this day has never come back into their lives. Nobody knows if he's alive or anything. So I grew up in this environment and with people. I was raised by a child who was angry, and justifiably so. And her mom lost her husband, which was my mom and my aunt's dad, just evaporated. And then there's this new guy in her life, and he doesn't want fucking kids, right? So, and here's a 15-year girl who's 14 years old and pregnant, and 15 years old having me. So I'm the first grandchild. I'm the first abomination and disappointment in the entire family. So that being said, I've never felt, my relationship with Linda was so great because it was always we were all business. And I know she loved me, and don't get me wrong, we had great sex, and we had, moments where it was great to be with one another, but it was mostly all business. I, in my life, never felt real tenderness. Never. Like, just the touch and somebody looking in your eyes and making you feel like you matter, and that happened when I met Di. It was really fucked up, and it fucked me straight up.
In a good way.
In a good way, but because I've never dealt with it, I didn't believe it. It's like, this shit ain't real, man. This is all nonsense. It's just gonna destroy me because I grew up in a way where everything that was good, my natural father put me up for adoption. He didn't fucking want me. And my mom, to this day, I don't have a relationship with her. I'm not good at managing relationships. And when you're really, really nice to me, I'm completely freaked out. That's just the reality. Because I've never seen it. But Di delivered those things to me, and not all the time. We wouldn't be here if this worked out great. But I don't want to take those things away from her because
she earned them.
She earned them, and there were moments I'll never fucking forget them. I mean, I can remember them like they happened yesterday, where this woman would just look at my eyes, I could feel her heartbeat. Yeah. It's like, wow. I can tell when
you guys were together. I mean, you guys came over to the house, even with the two kids. She has two kids. Great. We had good fun. We played video games. We played VR. You got your head busted up.
I fell on your window and broke my glasses and the bridge of my nose. It split it open.
So it's good times.
But yeah, so when Di and I met, the meeting part, I guess you're going to get through this. I can't even remember the questions that were all asked of me on this because it's been so long now. But it was amazing to be in a relationship where there was that kind of attention. See, Linda, even though she was part of Dag Nabbit and she was part of the radio show and everything, she never really took or expressed interest in. She did it because she was doing it for me, and Linda was never the kind of person. This isn't a bash on Linda. God forbid, honey. I hope if you watch this, you don't think I'm a terrible person, but she's not emotional. And what is a person who's never had emotion?
She was a support person more than anything. She was. And she wanted to support whatever.
Well, I always said she was like my grandma. My grandma never, ever told any of us she loved us. It wasn't until my grandma and grandpa were living in Phoenix. Those are the most, if it wasn't for them, I'd be dead. No question about it. I finally said to her, I think I was like 38 years old, I go, why don't you ever, I say I love you every time I hang up the phone, why don't you say it back? You go, mm-hmm. And then finally she always said it after that. And then my grandma came and lived with Linda and I, and after my grandpa died, and it was great to be around her, but my grandma and my grandpa, my grandpa, when I was 16 or 17 years old, and he asked me to come and help him go get some wood. And they lived in Barrington. I had a pickup truck because at 16 I owned my first company. And so I go get him on a Saturday, and we try. I go, where are we going? He goes, Crafty Beaver, like in Chicago at Harlem Avenue. I go, why are we driving all the way to go get wood? And he wanted to have a conversation with me, and he told me, he says, when you were first born, I didn't want you. I didn't want anything to do with this. But love it now. I can't I can't talk about the whole conversation because I'll be bawling here in a minute. All right, dickhead. I fucking hate you, Dino.
Do you want me to turn off your mic? Stop
if
here.
you're going to turn off my mic,
Now would be the time, right?
That would be the time. Anyway,
So this
was a really intense thing. So
Yeah.
other than that, other than those couple of moments, in my life, I never had any, tenderness. It was mind numbing. I mean, fucking mind numbing. The way she treated me, it was fantastic. Now, that was 25-30% of the time. The other 70%, I guess, we're going to talk about. But when I met,
when I saw you guys together, there was a good connection.
Fuck,
so
I loved
You're
it.
saying behind the scenes you had difficulties?
we had difficulties, and Di and I have one problem that is identical between the two of us. We think the entire world is going to fuck us over. We think the whole world's out to get us. And to some degree, from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, in some cases, there are people who have already proven they're out to fuck me over and make my life miserable. Di's got to deal with her shit on her own. But that was one thing that both of us are afraid of. We're always afraid everybody's going to hurt us. And the only reason that people feel that way is because it's true. Because you're so accustomed to people hurting you. But one thing I've learned where Di hasn't gotten to is that generally that becomes a flaw. People who get frustrated with you are frustrated with you because you frustrated them. And, not all the time, but a lot of the time. And anger builds in those situations. So you start building this bitterness and this anger, and all it does is destroy everything that you love or that you love. I mean, I'm the king of ruining everything I love. Just so clearly. So, but Di and I, we have that exact same problem. See, dating Di and living with Di are two different things. The same is dating your wife and living with your wife are two different things.
I like both of them.
Well, they're both fantastic, but when you're dating somebody and not living with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's very different because real life sets in and Di, my kids are in their 30s. Di's kids are in their teens.
Yeah.
So you got Di's kids, 2 dogs.
You've experienced all this stuff.
Yeah,
Because
I've
you got
already been
kids.
through it all. And 2 aging parents who she loves, who are wonderful people, who I know. She's told me when we were together, they're going to come live with us. I'm like, oh, great. So I'm going to have these 2 aging parents, the 2 dogs, the 2 kids, and this house that I as nice as the house was, and
I was over there.
Yeah, it's a four level quad level fucking nightmare. I hate it. I got now. Where do I go? So, but I had to make a decision. What was tough for me was commit. I loved Di so much, but I knew, wow, here's a 50-year-old woman with 2 teenage kids, 2 parents in their 80s, 2 dogs at it, a house that needs work.
What did you feel like it wasn't going to work? I mean,
It's just hard to swallow, man, because why would I go there? The last women I was dating were in their early 40s and had 18-year-olds. What am I doing? See, when I met Di, when I first met Di, I didn't think she was that pretty. I wasn't attracted to Di because she was pretty. I was attracted to Di because of her energy.
That's everything about anybody. I mean, the good looks aren't going to last forever.
Well, now it's all turned into this fucking mess all over Facebook. But anyway.
Attraction is, I guess initially it is aesthetic. But quite honestly, I've had one of my friends, Mikey Canova, he was, his charisma was huge. But he had like pot marks on his face. He was a big, fat guy. Am I allowed to say fat?
I don't understand how this is tying into meeting Di.
What I'm saying is that charisma is what makes someone. That's what you're attracted to. Not that I was attracted to him, but I mean,
sounds like you want to bang the pockmarked guy.
no, but what I mean is
Let's
that
call him.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
All right.
But
That's a sweet story.
nice guy, you know what I mean? But you look past. I remember first meeting him, and I was like, oh, this guy's all pot-marked fat guy, you know what I mean? But you start talking to him, and there's something about where you're like, you know what? There's the quality of the person.
Well, and that
I
was
do envy a blind person's innocence. Not that they're blind, but that they could judge someone not by what they look like. I think that's such a great a benefit, if you want to call it that.
Well,
You can judge people that way.
I met Di because I walked into this apartment building, and I had been contacting them for like 2 months because I knew that the house I was in was getting sold or I was going to buy it, and I'm just reviewing my options because in my mind I'm going to move to Tennessee in a year, so I don't want to commit to anything. I'm tired of cleaning gutters, cutting fucking grass. I'm tired of taking out the garbage. I want to put it down and shoot. So anyway, I happened to stop by there, and I walked in the door. And there's this woman sitting there at a desk when I walk in the door, and she totally doesn't acknowledge me. And all of a sudden, here comes this woman running around the corner. It's Di, all bubbly and full of energy. And so I said, listen, I just want to look at, one-bedroom studios, whatever you guys got. This is my plan. I'm thinking I'm going to buy some property in Tennessee, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up, and, I just need a year to kind of figure it out.
What was your personality at that moment? Were you bubbly or were you all standoffish?
I'm always bubbly. I'm nice to people. So she takes me up and shows me these apartments, right? And
when did it click, though?
Got it. It didn't click that day, but
Okay.
we got into the conversation in one of these apartments. She told me, she said, "Listen, we were just talking, and she was just so. She had such energy. It was hard not to be attracted to wanting to hear more what she had to say." Yep. And she's like, "I used to weigh 110 pounds more than I do now." I'm like, "Wait, what the what?"
She's a skinny little girl.
And she goes, "Yeah, and this is what I did." And she was really proud of herself for what she did. And she, I'm standing there going, I'm not a pig, so I'm not like the guy who goes, "Oh yeah, look up and down." I'm not that guy. So I'm trying to just kind of go, "All right, 110 pounds you lost, okay."
It's hard to relate to that because you were never 110 pounds heavy yourself.
Right. So anyway, and she showed me pictures, and she was really proud of what she did, and that really it really made me go, I want to talk to her more.
There's an energy.
We literally talked in one of the apartments for like half hour, 40 minutes. We went downstairs, and she says, "Okay," puts a package together. "Here's my office number." And I go, "I don't get your cell number." And she goes, "No, I can't give it out." I go, "Then go to lunch with me." She goes, I can't. And I go, "Why not?" She goes, "Fuck it, let's go." So I took her to lunch, and we had this wonderful conversation, and we didn't talk, I think, for a day or two after that. And then she called me, and we hooked up, and then the dating started. And then, which was always my biggest concern about any dating I do with women, is just something weird happened. And I said, she was at my house, and we had been dating a couple of weeks, seeing each other. I don't know what you call it anymore. Is it dating? Is it just seeing each other? But we were clearly into each other, I was putting we were taking pictures and putting them up on Facebook. So we were thinking that together there was something going on. But she had kind of a meltdown, and I said, "Listen, here's what I'm not going to do is deal with the crazy, No cray-cray for Dag. I'm not dealing with it." And she was at my house that night. I said, "You're going to have to leave." And that's that. And
was it over then?
Well, for me it was. I wasn't going to deal with it. So
so the weighing of it right there was like,
for me I was out. Yeah. I mean, I was digging her, but I didn't know her that well then,
Yeah.
So like 2 days later, I'm literally walking in my front door, and I'm turning the key and my phone rings, and it's Di.
she goes, hey, are you home? And I go, yeah, I just got home. She goes, can we talk? I go, yeah, what do you want to talk about? She goes, well, can I come by? And I go, yeah, where are you? She goes, at the end of your street. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, come on by. So, Di was going through a lot of rough times there. She's got a divorce. She's a single mom now. She's got to, make her own way. If she doesn't have somebody who's going to pay her way, she's got to figure it out on her own. She's been with the guy who's been, he's a police officer. He got a great retirement. He's getting a paycheck every week. Now that shit's all gone. And you're in divorce court, and you're not divorced, and he's got $100,000 in lawyer bills, and you got 20, and how is all of it going to get paid, right? So I don't know, but I think we should probably play a song and then come back to this because I have to blow my nose.
All right.
And you made me fucking tear up, you dick.
Yeah, third time, you count the first show.
I got to tell you, I hate you.
That's right.
I hate you in a very loving way. I'm going to play this song. This is off the Read Me album. This is a song about the guy who shot his daughter the day he bought a gun. When I hit play, can you turn our mics off?
Do I know how to do that?
Clearly. We'll come back here on, I guess I should look in the camera, on the Dag Show. This was a horrible idea for me.
What's that underneath your pillow? Something that you think you need to have. Silent innocence can be stolen. Is that what makes you feel like a man? How do we get so socially degressed that we think else is okay? Take another life and all its happiness. We can find another way. Keep your money in your pocket. Yeah, teach children how to use their minds. So reward is grander when it comes from your heart. Something better in yourself you'll find. Kids are killing kids in catastrophic numbers. We can't stand idly by. Feeling sad about what you read is not enough. Take good luck. Another child has died. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah. Another child's died. Another child's died. Morals have lapsed. No, the family pride is gone. Nowhere left but the streets to turn. Children making their way. Oh no, the perfect fuel for hatred to burn. It's ideal, man.
All right. Well, Dino, a professional production guy, clearly doesn't. Okay. God damn it! Why do I keep doing that?
I was
Look.
playing a video game.
I know, you were playing video games. That camera died, and I just charged it. I don't understand what the hell is going on. Let's go back to that view. So, in this break...
Let's cut to the chase.
Yeah, that's what Dino
Okay.
said. God damn it. Hold on. I need a drink. I need a glass of wine.
Yeah, you might need one. You know what I'm really afraid of, honestly, here? Is
I'm nervous.
y-
I gotta tell
he's
you,
saying he's
I've been
nervous. You're not
nervous
talking to
wreck.
the mic.
I'm coming. I have been...
Talking to the mic. You can't.
I'm going to.
Wait.
Hang on a second. I really was confident about doing this, and let me tell you something about this polygraph test and what I had to go through with it. I called multiple polygraph companies, and they, asked them to sponsor this and this and that. None of them agreed. They have clients. They work for police departments, for the FBI, for CIA. I don't know. They all work for important people, apparently, way more important than I am. And so they didn't want to participate in that. They're like, "Fuck you! It's $500 for 4 questions." I'm like, "Okay." So finally, and I know a lot of police officers. A friend of mine got me hooked up with a polygrapher who would do it, but they didn't want anybody. They don't want any. Don't ever mention our name. We will be disparaged if we were on the Dag Show.
I think it was more that they wanted to stay neutral, and they didn't want to be a part of it all.
So, but then I started. So then I sent in questions. I sent in questions to like 3 polygraph companies who actually were saying they were going to participate, and then at the end they didn't want to. Anyway, but you can't just ask a simple question in a polygraph. You can't go like, "Hey, Dino, how do you feel about this?" And then they go, "Is this the truth or not?" So the questions have to be framed a certain way in order to give a certain result. And you can only do it a polygrapher 4 questions at a time. Then you got to take a break, like 2 hours. You go eat lunch. Yeah. So this was 2 sessions in the same day, but it was 2 sessions.
Well, I
For
understand
8
why.
questions.
I can understand why they charge so much money. It's not like on TV, I guess.
No.
They don't just sit there and like.
No, this is not a show with Ice-T.
Were you were you actually watching the guy and there's a little squiggle
Well,
line
yeah,
or
you're
something
sitting
like
next to the machine. They got this crap all strung around you. But what was more interesting to me, because I knew what that was going to be about, was how you form the question. So they, I had to have all the. This is why this took so long, because you have to. I'd send them. I go, I want to ask this question or this question or this question. And they go, well, you can't frame it that way, or the polygraph won't give us an honest answer. It has to be framed a certain way in a polygraph test.
So they were the ones that came up really.
They came up
the
with
structure.
the questions. So I had sent in 12 questions originally, and then I found out how much it was would cost them to pay to do 12 questions. I said no, but every question except for one, they had to reframe. They would email it back, and then I'm like, well, that question doesn't seem like I'm asking the question I want answered. So we'd have to go back and go, okay, well, these are the things. So I had to send them a whole list of the things that were being said about me. So they structured these questions around that. And then you have to make them so the polygraph will read them correctly. And that is a horrible, nerve-wracking thing to do. It's awful. I mean, I don't know if it was awful because of why I was there, but the whole thing, and they put these, was horrible. Horrible. I don't ever want to do
for it.
I paid really an excessive amount of money for 8 questions to prove that I'm not a liar, and that I'm not what I'm accused of being. Listen, I'm single now, and I'm, like I said earlier, I'm not a celebrity, but people know me, and I don't want people going out there thinking, oh, that's a guy who we heard this about.
They might, because we don't know. I mean,
well,
to tell you the truth, I'm very afraid for you, because
I told you I'm fucking nervous.
If this happens in a bad way for you,
I'm shaking.
Why didn't we record this instead?
Well, because I want to do the shit live. Listen, man, I'm a good man, and I'm loyal, and I believe that I pass this with flying colors, because you can't come to me and say that I did things that I didn't do and then I'm going to fail. If I fail any portion of this, then the polygraph is bullshit, because I did not do anything I was fucking accused of, and it hurts me that somebody I love so much spent so much time to go out and hurt me that I had to spend $1,000 to fix my own hurt. It's madness. It's not fair. And relationships are hard, but I've never spent not a fucking minute of my time trying to disparage or hurt Diana's future, her show, her anything. Nothing. Or hurt her as a person. To this day, I love that woman. Those memories and those things mean a lot to me. I love her children. I love her mom and dad. But I'm not here because she was a sweetheart. I'm not here doing this because, she was nice to me. I mean, I'm here because a lot of bad things happened that Diana made happen. And
you want to set this record straight?
I want to set this record straight because Diana, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you didn't exist as the Die Show until I came into your life. There was no Die Show. There was no Diana. I made you. And you're out using my logos or my ideas, not my logos, but my ideas. She actually is trying to use one logo. And you're saying terrible things about me, and I'm not doing that to you. In fact, I've actually posted her show, and through all of this, through all of this, there are a lot of things, man, I don't want to say here, because what I don't want to do is ruin Diana's opportunities. I'm not.
So this is just proving what.
This is going to prove certain the bulk of what's been said about me.
Okay.
And it's the most important, because listen, I'm single now, let's be real, and look at how adorable I am. I don't want women out there thinking that I'm what I, and I don't know, I only know of a certain amount of people that Di said these things to, but I don't know if she said it to those 5 people or 500 people. And she's got half her fans on all her page are fans of mine. And every single day, there was like this lull for like a week where nobody was bothering me, but they send me clips of her shows. They send me screenshots of her page. I can't even see shit on Diana's page. I mean, I could go
Why were they sending you screenshots?
Because when people align themselves with you.
No, but were they was she?
No,
about
it's
you?
her and her new boyfriend. And listen, her new boyfriend's a great guy. Matt's a cool dude. He's a drummer for Focal Point. Really nice guy. He's my brother's a good friend. That whole thing happened completely weirdly and by accident, how they wound up together. But that's a story unto itself. Not sure it's one I want to tell, because it's only going to make Diana look stupid. So I'm not here to make Diana look stupid. What I'm here is to clear my name, because Diana went out of her way to make me look terrible. And I've been in this business 41 years, and she's been in it for a year only because of me. I'm not going to allow, let's make this clear to everybody out there and any future women I might put my penis in. I'm not out to hurt anybody, so don't get on this kick where you're gonna, start fucking with me. I mean, it's aggravating. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a shitbag. I'm not an abuser. I'm not that guy, and I will not tolerate anybody ever freaking taking that position with me, and I will fight that forever. I have a hard enough time with people threatening me or calling me names or threatening my family or the people I care about because of my political beliefs. I'm not going to have somebody that I sleep with or I'm in a relationship with decide it goes sour and then shit all over me over the internet. I'm not doing that to you. Don't do it to me. It's ridiculous.
Now, when we look at this, we're going to find out where you're at.
I'm horrified.
So am I.
I was really confident earlier, but I'm really scared. And this...
Now, when you were confident, though, were you confident like after you said it, or when you were going in? What was the feeling?
I just know I'm not a perfect man, and I haven't never done a polygraph, so I don't know how this is gonna fucking
All right,
work.
here we go.
Oh fuck!
Am I supposed to say you are not the father, right?
Yeah, it was funny because I told the polygraph tester, I go, it's kind of a Maury Povich thing, so.
All right. So I'm not supposed to say the guy's name, but he said I'm sending these polygraph test results to you per Darren. As I have asked him, please do not mention my firm. It's a long paragraph about that. Darren asked us to put them in an easy read format, like a Maury Povich show.
I did ask. I
So,
did say that.
We can't. This is what we came up. Let's see. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Okay.
I'm not going to say his name.
Okay. Please don't. This was a big favor, even though it cost me $1,000. It was a big favor by a friend,
Okay.
by a police officer friend.
All right. I got to make sure I'm reading.
I don't even remember all the questions, so.
Did you stalk die?
I do remember that one. This is funny because a follower of ours, Di, had reached out to and said some just really stupid shit. No, I never stalked Di. In fact, 2 weeks into our relationship, I threw her out of my house because she was going cray-cray. And I think I just told you a story where I get a phone call one day when I'm opening my door, and yeah, can we talk? Yeah, that's great. What do you want to talk about? Can I come over? Yeah, where you at? I'm at the end of your street. Yeah. All right. There was never stalking. I've never stalked a woman in my life. I'm sorry. I've never had a problem meeting women, so stalking women is just stupid.
Okay.
What
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
The results? That was truthful.
See. Fucking bullshit.
Okay. Were you homeless when you met Di?
This was a question that got actually added at the last minute.
Why would she think you're homeless?
She knew I wasn't.
I could have
homeless.
answered this
But
one.
this is, if you want to create drama and become the victim of anything, what you have to do is you need to make me look like a horrible
Yeah, but anybody
person.
could have answered this question for you.
Right.
Like this, I don't even have to look at the answer to know, that it's truthful.
But here's the problem: when you start telling people horrible things about somebody that people follow, like me, okay? I'm not a fucking celebrity, but I'm known, okay? And I have thousands and thousands of followers that follow me and pay attention to me. And what are people most excited about? Drama. They're not excited about truth. They're excited about drama, okay? We're seeing this. We're seeing this in life. It's all over the fucking place. And I have a theory of, really, if you just believe 50% of everything everybody says, you're in good shape and you can trust them, right?
Sure.
So that whole thing starts to set with somebody who's not super close, even though it's your friend, but your friends from afar. People like to suck in the drama, and you go, well, wait a minute, he was homeless? This is the most ridiculous thing ever. It was the stupidest question. And here was the funny thing. In doing these, I told you, we had to come up with questions based on what people are telling me. And she has clearly told multiple people that. Or that question wouldn't have been in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Was I homeless? I don't know. Were you retarded when you woke up this morning? It's just ridiculous. No.
All right.
I know I answered no to that.
Well, yeah, and I could have answered
And what does
to
a
that.
polygraph say to that?
That says truthful.
Okay.
So you're 2 for 2. Did you observe?
Oh, this is fucking brutal. Go ahead.
Did you observe Di deleting the show page?
Oh.
So you're talking about which?
The original Dag Show page. That was fucked up because this was fucked up from the polygraph standpoint because this question kept coming back as to how to deal with it without speculation. But the answer is, oh, yes. And this is an important conversation. And I'm not angry and holding a grudge with Di over this.
What happened?
Okay. So the original Dag Show page that I had run for 3.5 years, had Eric Huffman was my host, my co-host, and the Dag Show was fucking growing like a weed. I mean, we were on the move, you know?
Sure.
And you have these lows and this and that. And then I brought Di on the show. Di
do you
and I started
brought
dating.
to
We started dating, and I brought her on, you know. She was
Sure.
excited. Di's always wanted to be in the entertainment business, and she was when she was younger, but not at the level that, in knowing the people that I know. So, you know, it's kind of exciting. I get it for her to be with somebody like me who knows a lot of cool people, where you can go to, you know, Richie's house and write a song at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, bam, boom, there it's done, and it's sent to you in an email. Di's always wanted to be into that, and she was when she was younger, and but I brought her into the show, which was a great decision on my part because Di is a smart woman, but all she was doing was, you know, doing the pretty thing and licking her lips and this and that. And Eric Huffman hated it. He was so angry with me for bringing Di in. I never told Di this stuff, but him and I would have these arguments. I'm like, listen, just give me some time. She's going to be great on the show. She's funny. She's charming. She's pretty. We got this. We're going to make this work. Well, then, after the very first show that I had Di on, in the Dag Show with Dag and Eric, the very next show, Eric's Huffman's wife, she was there every show after that, and it became a nightmare. And I never had the heart to tell Di how terrible this was on me and the shit I was getting. Eric didn't want to be on the show anymore. He thought I was selling out to Di over pussy and this, and I'm like, dude, you can't. Number one, I don't want to hear you talk like that. You know, Di was really working hard to promote the Dag Show. She was. It was huge.
and you saw promise.
I saw promise. I have always, and to this day, to this very minute, I believe in that woman. I believe in her. Problem is, she doesn't know. No, I believe in her. So, in this question here, wait, say the question again. Oh, about deleting the page.
Did you observe Di deleting
the show
page?
Yes. So this was the thing, because originally I posed that question as, did Di delete the show page? And they go, well, that's speculation. I go, well, no, I was literally on the page when she deleted it. So Di had convinced me not to get an apartment and to move in with her. So I did. But every time Di got mad at me, she threw me out of the house. So I had wound up going and staying with my daughter for a week or so, and you know what I do for a living. I'm out there, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm literally on the Dag Show page. We have 180,000 people. We're breaking fucking records. We had just done this cool thing with this funny thing with JB Pritzker that got us a ton of views. You know, we had just done this live show. It was great. Di was an admin on the page. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm at O'Hare Airport leaving O'Hare Airport on my way home to Round Lake to my daughter's house. I'm literally on the page and it disappeared. I'm like, okay. So I drive, I get another 20 minutes to my daughter's house, the page is gone. I reach out to Facebook and they go, no, you deleted it. I go, I didn't delete anything. Well, Di was an executive admin on the page. So it took me a few days and they went, no. So I went to Di because I saw her on the page, and I went, you just deleted the page. No, I didn't. I went, yes, you did. It just deleted. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're awake. You just deleted it. I'm talking to you. Facebook, she denied it. Facebook went, oh, yeah, deleted by your admin, Diana Kohler. I'm like, okay.
There's the proof, yeah.
But she did a permanent deletion. She didn't just do like a lick on Facebook. You had to go through a lot of steps for a permanent deletion. So you got to be up, angry, pissed off, and fucked up in the head to spend that much time to fucking ruin my life and 3.5 years. And here was the problem with that. I wasn't the only one who put time into that show. There were 20 other people who worked hard on that show, who contributed, who made contributions. There was so much data on that page. It was ridiculous. There were hundreds of videos. 3.5 years of work just deleted because you're pissed at me. So I was literally on the page when she deleted it. That's the person I was dealing with.
So,
and it was at that, hold on, it was at that moment that I went, I don't know, I love this woman to pieces, but who the fuck does this? Who goes out and just
like going
tries
to a job and just saying you're a douche or something to your boss.
It's like I told her, I said, you know, she's a real estate broker. I go, so like I just go and delete all your listings? If you had listings, you know, I just delete them because you pissed me off yesterday? What the fuck is wrong with you? You deleted the work of 20 people for 3.5 years with no concern, with no understanding. Who the fuck does that? So what am I in for next? Okay, now you're getting me fired up.
Results? Truthful.
Yes, of course it's fucking truthful because I'm not a liar. God, I hope I'm not deemed
You're
a liar.
on fire on that.
Right, so far. How many questions has that been already?
Just 3.
Okay.
Were you want me to talk while you have liquid in your mouth?
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Well, because you're like, this one.
But no, I'm all right. I've calmed down. I don't stay mad. I'm not a mad, angry guy.
Were you with Di for financial reasons? That's why I didn't want to read that one out loud while you were drinking.
No. How do you be with somebody with no money for financial reasons? It's just fucking dumb. Stupid. But that's what she said to people I know. He was with me for financial reasons.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could see people saying that about someone when,
So stupid.
when you live
What
at
the
their
fuck?
house.
What's the response to that? Well, here's the thing. I would never invite a woman to come and live in my home and then throw her out 12 to 14 times in 19 months because I was accusing her of things. That's what Di did to me.
Yeah.
Di has no money. Her parents own her house. What financial reasons am I there for? Oh, wait a minute. When your water heater went out, who fixed it? Me. When your air conditioner went out, I'm still paying on the air conditioner. Fucking $3,000. Who put it in? Me. The coil, me. The dryer, me. The lights, the new lights in the kitchen, me. The pool the fucking pool pump went out, me. The pool filter, me. Who the fuck is doing all this?
Well, maybe the
Laying
financial
the tile. Listen, I'm cool with it, but she didn't know. She doesn't own the house. Her parents do, which means her sister and her brother own the fucking house. What? I'm still doing all these things. Quit arguing with me. Quit aggravating me. You're so lucky I'm here to be able to doing the fucking. I was there when the goddamn sump pump caught on fire, which is in the Leopard Lounge, which I built. Well, not built. It was already there. But all that fucking carpet and that decoration, everything dye painted. It's my whole fucking idea that Matt gets to enjoy now. But the fucking fire, it was on fire. If I wasn't there and I was at work, God only knows what would have happened. Fucking terrible. It was on fire, like flames shooting in the sump pump room. This side would have burned. And the sump pump room is small. No, you wouldn't have heard it. It was under the dining room. You would have been on fire before you would have noticed it. Go ahead.
Well, you saved him for financial.
I am a fireman. I am a fireman and save families.
Okay.
I'm not a fireman. I'm not.
So your answer was no, and the results are
Really?
truthful.
Oh, fuck. You're a
I think
dick.
a little bit. Well, you're more.
You said
told
tonight
Yeah.
the internet didn't work. You're screwing with me.
All right. Luckily, I mean, I don't know. Looking at these things is like
so
luckily I get to
frustrated.
see the answer before you answer.
I'm
So then I got the
frustrated
last-
right now.
These are the last 4. Have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone since you have been dating Di?
No. Why? Why would I do that?
I think it's because you talk a game like that. I think that's what
You're
it is.
absolutely right. And that's what Di was always afraid of. But let me tell you the truth. Every fucking day I woke up, I hated being 6 feet away from Di. I told you, man, this woman sometimes would look in my eyes, I could feel her heartbeat. I hated being away from her. Never, not one, for one fucking second, was there a woman I could walk past.
Well, you want me to tell you if that's truthful or not?
I'm telling you, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. If it says I'm not truthful,
I'm playing with you. It says truthful.
I fucking love that woman so much. I'm not great at expressing my feelings or anything, but there is no motherfucking way in the entire world I wanted to cheat on the woman I loved more than anything on earth. What the fuck? I'm adorable. I can get chicks, but I wanted to be with my Di. That's what mattered to me. I never fucking even considered it.
Well, here the next line.
I hate this. I hate this show. I hope this iPad and all this technology starts on goddamn fire.
I have to turn off his mic for a little bit. Okay, for the next question, it is: did you go?
Wow, this is fucking heavy.
Where are you going? He has to take a break. You all right?
This is way more stressful than I had planned.
All right, this question is very close to the last one, but this is a specific question. Did you go on a 10-day excursion with another woman?
No!
Did you say it loud enough?
Fuck! No, because I've heard this so many times.
Why would you be accused of it? I don't know the story.
I have stalkers, and Di never knew. I always kept the stalkers away. She's probably got way more stalkers than I could ever dream of, because I'm a guy and she's a pretty woman.
Sure.
But I had this crazy stalker that reached out to another fan and said that her and I were in a relationship. And it was at a time when Di had thrown me out of the house, and I was staying at my brother's, and this woman had reached out to me. We had talked on the phone one time as a fan, Di and I, with her, so she had my number, and we talked, and I just said, listen, Di and I are having some problems, we're trying to work them out, blah, blah, blah. She reaches out to another fan who was trying to date her, which I knew none of this. Oh, my God, I just hiccup. And then said that she was like in a relationship with me. I have no less than 100 texts from this insane person, and I showed them all to Di. See, Di always, like, I'm friends with every woman pretty much ever in my life, and Di wants to see texts, I'll show them to you. But I would ask Di, well, you were all over the internet at 3 a.m. in the morning while I was in bed with you. Can I see those messages? Can I see your text? I've never, not once, ever seen any of them. And but I'm not afraid to share mine because I don't have anything to hide. So don't play this game. Here's what I know. I'm a very smart man. I've been around the block a couple of times. If you claim I'm cheating, you're cheating. If you claim that that I'm doing something wrong but won't prove it, you got nothing. You're doing something
That's not fair.
Far more nefarious than anything you're actually saying to me. And Di and I would have these arguments all the time. I'm like, well, if you want to accuse me, like she came down 5:30 in the morning, and you know I have all these recordings, right? Mm-hmm. Of her. I'm not. They're not shareable. I'm not going to share them.
I don't know any of those.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm saying I'm not going to share them because I'm not out to. If I did, it would ruin Di.
Which recordings you talking about?
Oh, her behavior.
Okay.
Insanity.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
So anyway, okay.
So did you go on?
Did
you go on a 10-day excursion with?
So
another
she had
woman?
this in her head. When she had thrown me out of the house, I went and stayed at my brother's. That somehow I went on some excursion with a woman for
Where?
10 days. And she told people that I didn't talk to her for 10 days, which is ridiculous. Completely fucking retarded. I mean, it's so retarded, I can't even... It's beyond stupid. Go ahead. God, I'm aggravated.
So the results on that was truthful.
Wait, Dag is telling the truth again? Oh, glad this...
You got 2 more left, though.
Ugh.
When you went to California, did you meet with another woman?
So
There's a lot of the same type of themes going on with the
well,
accusation
because there
about-
was a lot happening at that time. So my brother calls me, and he says, listen, I need your help. You need to go to California with me. We need to rescue his wife's sister and her daughters, and we need to go Thursday. I'm like, okay, fine.
So your brother's with you,
Yeah.
and you're doing your brother a favor.
We got off the fucking plane. We literally got off the plane in California. I get a kissy face from Di, and I'm sending her pictures, and we're waiting for our buddy Bill to pick us up. Kid we grew up with who lives out there. And we went from the airport to my brother's sister-in-law's house, directly to the U-Haul place, directly back with a 20-foot truck, and loaded a house up and left there at 1:44 in the morning. Mike and I pulled out at 1:44 in the morning.
I think I remember this because you.
And we went right to the gas station, and we drove straight through, with the exception of we stayed one night in the hotel, and we stopped at the Grand Canyon. I had never seen it. My brother took me there. It's an hour there off the expressway, an hour back, and we spent an hour walking around the Grand Canyon. I sent Diana pictures. I wanted to buy her jewelry. I thought everything was great. She's sending me messages back. Give me your girlfriend. You have another girl. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Came back, was home on Sunday. Also, by the way, U-Haul texted us and said, hey, you want to pick up a trailer in Arizona? We'll pay you money to take it. You're going to Chicago. We'll pay you money to take it to Milwaukee. And they did. So we did. So I stopped and picked up this fucking trailer, and I drove it. And my brother didn't drive all the fucking way. I drove the whole way. Got there on Sunday, fucking dropped it off, went back and saw my beautiful, wonderful girlfriend Die, and I couldn't wait to fucking see her.
Did things go well when you got back together through that day?
It went fantastic. And then it went weird again. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
So your answer was no there at the polygraph, and the results are truthful.
Fucking A.
Those are truthful.
Fucking A. Anybody who's heard these stories about me, they're lies.
7 for 7. So you got 1 more left.
But I do. They're okay. Oh boy.
You are the father.
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
No, stop it.
All right. This is a strange question because I
don't remember. I got to tell you, what did I do these questions? When did I do this? Like almost 3 weeks ago. I don't remember what this was.
You know what? And even listening to you speak. All right. Let me read the question. Okay. It says, "Are you still in love with Di?" What are you leaving for?
Hold on.
Didn't like your answer? Or you?
Fucking minute. Hold on.
He walked away. He said it needs a minute. Are you still?
Don't listen. Can we play a song?
You want to play?
Honestly, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I kind of want a minute to regroup. This has been a long show. Can we play a song and then answer that question?
Well, I'm gonna read what it says, no matter what you say.
No, yeah.
No,
let's play this song. I don't even know what song I'm playing. No, wait.
I'll tell you what.
No, hold on. All right, listen. Can we just take a 3-4 minute break? This is really. I'm not gonna lie. I'm under a lot of pressure here, and I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm hurting somebody I care about, and it's creating me a little strife. I just need to collect my thoughts. I don't
want people to think that we're regrouping so that you can change
No,
this answer.
no,
So
no.
here-
This is a dag needs a
Can-
fucking minute, man.
Then let me do this. Let me do
My
this.
heart is hurting right now, and I just need a break. This is a lot, man.
Well, I'll tell you what.
This has been all right. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna play a song,
You could play a song, but
I'm not gonna cry in front of these people again. This
I'm
is
going to
fucking
show. I'll
stupid.
tell you what. At the end of this, I'm showing this piece of paper. No matter what you say,
Okay. Great. You do what you want, but I need a break.
Keep it in view for everybody.
I need a fucking break. I'm really, yeah.
'Cause I think
Remember yourself in a lonely dreamscape, and it's just like walking round in my mind, seeing visions that are sometimes hard to see, and reality is so hard to find. I don't know, oh, where to go, where I'm supposed to be. So I sit here, running round in circles through my travels. I have recognized someone I've seen, yeah, also close, yet so far. I realize that someone is me. I don't know, oh, where to go, where I'm supposed to be. I'm wasting time, and the time is always there. It's always there on, hey. Woo! Every time I see your face, it takes me to another place. I look in the mirror and say it's okay. Every time I see myself, I know I should be somewhere else. That's the way I say it has to be. I don't know where I should go, where I'm supposed to be. I'm wasting time, and the time is always dead. It's always dead on dead.
okay.
This was the worst show I ever agreed or created for myself. This is terrible.
I kind of enjoy it.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
like
you
seeing
do.
panicking. I like the live atmosphere here. I'll tell you, I seriously was regretting the idea that you wanted to do a live reveal on a polygraph, because I'm like, what do you do? You're a friend of mine. I'm like, I am.
Listen,
I mean, it could destroy you, is what I was thinking.
That's mine. You know, I guess I kind of want Di to know that, you know, I didn't do the things she thought I did. But I also don't, you know, since she went out and ran her mouth, I don't want other people to think I'm that person. Now I'm single. I mean, how am I ever going to get a date if Diane is telling people I cheated on her, which I never did.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because now that people know that I'm single, women have been actually approaching me. Women are, by the way, way more. Well, at least the ones who are approaching me, way more classy than dudes. Like dudes go out and send off these stupid, messenger things, and then the women don't respond, so they, then they go, well, you're a bitch. And women are actually pretty cordial in the sense where women who approach me waited. Okay, so you're single now? Would you,
Yeah.
what are you doing? It's not like women are asking me out, but they're indirectly talking to me and asking me out. And right now, I have a few friends that I hang out with, and I'm really not in that pool. I really want to be focused. This was a hard thing for Di. Being a guy who's an entrepreneur, once I get focused, it's like I need 12 hours a day in this direction. I can't cuddle you right now. I'll see you at 10 o'clock tonight. Di needs a lot of attention. She needs a lot of emotional connection. And I'll tell you this, these are the things that I think it's important that we talk about what I did wrong. Because I don't want this to be, and I said this earlier, I wanted to make sure before we did the show that this isn't a slam fest on Di.
I didn't view it as that. I feel
no,
like
I know, but I don't
yourself.
want people watching this to think that's what it is, because I love Diana as a friend.
Okay, I was going to say the
There
last
you
question is: are you still in love with Di?
No, I'm not in love with her.
Okay, because you said no, and that seemed like it was completely. I get it as a friend. I can see you can respect someone.
What was the answer from the polygraph?
Do you want to know?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I didn't do this to lie to people.
You sure?
Yeah, just fucking say it, dickhead.
Not truthful.
Wait, what was it?
Are you still in love with Di? Answer: no, not truthful.
All right. Well, I want. How much was it? I want $250 back for that question.
Well, that's why I said whenever you're saying you
Well, listen. How do you? Again, I told you at the beginning of this, man. The things where Diana was awesome was just amazing, and I love that about her, and I think she's a good person. I think she has a great future if she stops being a knucklehead. I mean, her shows don't. She hasn't learned how to develop content. It doesn't mean that she won't. She hasn't. You can't just drive around your car all the time or go, hey, everybody, look at, you're so pretty. I love you. Oh, you're great. She needs to learn, and she learned from me to get to this point, and I want to see her be successful. And I am rambling now because I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of embarrassed at this point.
I'll tell you what.
I really don't know what to say. I have a whole bunch of thoughts, and I'm lost.
You know what? And sometimes, it's hard to not. It's hard to get away from.
She's got a good man who's a boyfriend. Her new boyfriend. He's a good guy. He's cool.
Yeah.
So, congrats, everybody.
But it's hard to. When you love someone.
By the way, that question was 2.5 weeks old. I might not have that much love in me anymore. I just want to clarify that. I can lose love.
Now here's something that's going to challenge you.
Oh boy.
If Diana were to come to you and say, "I want you to prove that you took that polygraph test,"
mm-hmm.
would she be able to contact you for that guy's name and
100%?
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's a reputable company, because we can't broadcast it seemed kind of weird that we couldn't do that, but I think
three companies are like, we don't want to be part of this. We'll do the polygraph test, but we don't want it, because they do shit for police departments. They do shit for FBI. I don't know. know what the fuck they do. I don't know anything about polygraphy. So I'm just following orders. But absolutely, yeah, you want... Yeah, if you need to validate this, by all means. I
think that to me, I think is the because I mean it's just a piece of paper for anyone could think is
right.
That
it's a Maury Povich show.
It doesn't really matter to anybody else really as far as like as much as I should say it doesn't matter to it matters most to Diana because you're challenging her.
Actually, none of this matters to Diana. Now, Di's going to stalk the living fuck out of my pages like she's done.
But she can't delete it.
Well, she can't delete it. No, she can't delete it now. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's sad. I'm happy, though, that she's happy, and I hope...
Yeah, Matt's a good guy.
Matt's cool.
He's a good drummer, too.
Yeah, he's a hell of a drummer.
Rock and roll.
Congratulations, man. Right. Do I talk or should I
We were supposed to do a 2-hour show, and I think it's longer, isn't it? We're at
2 hours and 11 minutes. 41 minutes.
Huh.
I'm
getting overtime.
It's a DAG show. Yeah, you're getting paid overtime.
Do I get paid for this?
Yeah, this is $17,000 an hour. Well, you
We're
bill...
going longer. Double
Have
time.
you ever heard of the Die Corp? You build the Die Corp and it comes right to your Chime account. No, listen. To kind of wrap this up, Die is a wonderful person on many levels with the biggest heart in the world. And she wears it on her sleeve. The problem is it's made with, sugar glass. So God forbid if you bump into her, you're going to break her heart. What she did for me emotionally on a personal level has never happened in my life, and I appreciate that. What she did to me on a personal level on the other side has also never happened to me in my life. And I'm sad. We there's a lot in my war chest I could be pulling out here. But I'm not out to hurt Di. I want to tell a story. I want people to support her. Di, you gotta start creating content because half your fans are mine, and they send me all your nonsense that you're doing, and you're better than that. You need to start creating real shows, and you gotta have content to matter. But she'll get there. She's a smart girl, and
I liked her. I mean,
she's
over,
as long as she
her,
keeps going to my show page, she's always going to have new content. That's how she does it. So I get it. It's okay. It doesn't make me mad. I keep getting these messages from people going, "She's stealing from you." I'm like, let her. I want her to learn. I want her to be good at this.
That's the biggest
she's
form
only
of
gonna,
flattery. Almost.
She's only gonna. It's huge flattery, but she's only going to be pretty for a couple more years, and then we're going to have to.
Oh boy!
Then I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be adorable, right?
Well,
that personality's not very adorable when it says stuff like that.
Listen, let me tell you something,
man.
I got a lot of friends on my page that are in their 40s. And look at this flowing hair that I got going. Look at how beautiful it is. So soft and gentle. I don't know.
Because aesthetics are everything.
I'm trying to make
I just
myself
told you about
happy.
my pot-faced friend that was just awesome, and you're going, look how beautiful I am for the next.
I'm pretty.
The next 2 years.
I got to be honest with you. For 55, I'm pretty. And Saturday, I get all my new teeth. True story.
Hell?
True story. They're all fucking screwed in my head. It's going to be fantastic.
All right. So you're
going to look beautiful.
I'll bite you from 50 feet away.
I don't know. Listen, this was a lot of fun to do this. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that, listen, I love all you folks who follow me. And there's a handful of who's Paul? Why is Paul calling me?
Here, let me answer it. It's actually from Facebook. So
right here, you go ahead and answer. Is that Paul Smith?
It's Paul Smith.
Oh,
he was the drummer in my first band.
Oh.
Hey, Paul. Oh, I got to put him on speakerphone.
No, yeah, hit the speaker button.
There we
Paul
go.
Smith, you're You're
Yeah, you're
live.
live on the Dag Show. What's
Oh,
up, buddy?
Jesus.
All right, so
No.
I'm trying to get caught up with everything here. Am I still live?
Yeah, you are.
All right, awesome. You guys are doing a good job. I like the poly test. I'm glad you did it. Hopefully, this brought some facts to what were brought up earlier that we spoke about, and those things can be quashed.
Sounds like there's an if there, Paul.
Weren't you talking that
Oh,
way?
sounds like an if,
What
Paul.
I'm saying is, with the polygrapher, and I wanted to ask you who you actually used because we talked about it because of my background, but I wanted to make sure that everything you felt comfortable with is good. What I saw, and Dino interviewed you, it was actually really good, and it was spot on. I thought that it was from the heart. Really good.
Well, Paul, I can't wait. I know we're going to do a sit down. I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks. I know you were on vacation, and you're dealing with
I
your
am
mom.
for 3 months. I'm moving to Fort Myers.
Wait. Okay. How are we going to do a
I
show?
will be back up, so, and I want to meet with you guys because, I enjoy this. This is like, I watch it and I'm like, I got nothing to do tonight. I can sit out in the balcony and watch, the ocean, and I'm like, I'm going to watch this.
The Dag
So,
Show.
Wow. What the fuck? That's crazy. Who does that? Who gets rid of the ocean view for me? I mean, I told you, Dino, I'm pretty.
Drummer sets up so much stuff. Dino could back me up on this. Drummers have a different viewpoint. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, listen. I hope I didn't come across as and here you're calling in, as somebody who's bashing Di. I don't want to be that guy, but I need to
Not at all.
protect myself, and I love that woman to be clearly. Clearly, this is a fucking problem for me, and dating for me for the next 12 months is completely out of. Because any woman who's watching this, and I don't want to sound like a jerk, but a lot of women follow me. Nobody's going to date me now, so I'm screwed for a year.
Might want to look into men.
But I don't.
Well, here,
I don't want to. I don't want people to be, to be anti-die. That's what I don't want.
can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
When you place that seed in your head, you're placing a seed of doubt that doesn't need to be there. You're a good guy. Don't, move on. That's it. It's all good. You went up there, you manned up, and we spoke on the phone for, I think, 2 hours
Yeah.
before you did this test. So I would say that it is what it is. You move on. She's a nice person. You're a good guy. Dino, I don't know about Dino, though.
Oh, Dino, he's weird. He
Dino's
brought
my
down a
buddy.
bag. He brought down a bag of shrimp and called them dragons, and they were all dead. They weren't even edible shrimp.
What?
They were
You're
just like
making stuff
shrimp,
up.
shrimp that just
have
came
no
out
idea.
of
I
like
brought
in
down
a store, fish store. And he's like, "Hey, I got shrimp for us," and they're all kicking around. Then they
I
died.
have fresh
Cucumbers.
seafood here.
It was.
I have the freshest seafood here on the Gulf. Every day I eat fresh seafood. That's it. That's all I do. Get up in the morning, work out, do my thing, and
Yeah, I get up
walk
and
my
work
dog
out.
and eat fresh seafood.
I'm gonna work out because you said the word workout. I'm gonna work out before I leave Dino's house. I'm absolutely gonna.
No,
I'm gonna
I'm going
exercise
to
right
sleep.
down here
No.
next to Armor Attack video games
If
and
we-
Battle Zone.
Yeah, they're
I'm
live.
gonna jump up and down and do. I'm gonna do calisthenics like you've never seen, sir. You have no idea how many jumping
of
jacks
all,
I
He's
can do in a
leaving
row.
soon. He's not staying that long.
What he has to start slower, so he has to start at least playing the arcade games and then work from there.
I can do 7 jumping jacks in a row without a cigarette. Fuck off. Everybody can blow me. I mean, like 7 jumping jacks, like really fast. I'll do them real quick. Here, Dino. Here. Watch.
I don't think it. Why don't you widen out the camera? Oh, great. Nice drop-in stuff.
Wow, thanks for everything being
What?
slippery.
You want to get out of the way?
No,
you're gonna knock me down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
the
fuck
hell?
off. I'm like Bruce Jenner, but different.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bruce Jenner has nothing on me.
Well, he could do more
fuck
than
him and his
7 Come on,
triathlon.
7 jumping jacks is comparing to Bruce Jenner.
I did 7 jumping jacks in
And
4
they weren't even-
seconds. It's a
they weren't even
record.
authentic.
Call Guinness.
They
Tell
weren't-
Guinness I'm wrong. When Guinness calls me and says you're wrong, then, the problem is Guinness sets the bar too high. They go, tell us how many you're going to do. I go, tell me how few I can do in less minutes. That's what I want to know.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Are you happy with what you accomplished tonight?
I have
Because I
no
know that
idea.
this meant a lot.
Listen. Here's what I'm happy with, Paul. I'm happy that we're working and trying to bring the Dag Show. Oh, okay.
Tell me how few.
Who's yelling in the background? Is that a Taco Bell?
No.
It's a shrimp.
Was that, you got a trunk load of shrimp that hate you. That's what it sounded like.
It was SpongeBob. Don't just
Oh
SpongeBob.
boy.
No, listen. The Dag Show is an evolution. It's a process that never stops growing. And I don't know what I'm happy with all the time. I mean, clearly, if I could define this, I wouldn't be doing this show. I'd have healthy relationships, and everything would be great. But it's not. I want to get to some place where I can be happy with it and be content with it. But right now at this point, it's a lot of trial and error. I mean, you just can't build shit out of nothing and go, oh, okay, this is what everybody needs and deserves. I decided it. No, actually the audience decides whether or not I matter.
And they're actually controlling where you're going with your show, too.
Well,
because a lot of times
yeah.
you get the feedback and you change your direction.
It's funny because I'll do a show and people love it, and then I'll do the next show and nobody cares. And then, Facebook, who won't even let me do a watch party anymore or share anything, it's like I'm in this really bad place, and, all I can do is wake up every day, I do my shows, and if you guys like them, you share them, you push them around, well, that's great. If you don't, then maybe my show isn't good. So I don't know, But I like waking up every day talking to my friends and my followers and people I care about, and hopefully I send good messages, and it provokes thought.
Yeah, no,
Provoking thought is the most important thing to me. Not being right. I don't really give a fuck about being right anymore. I just really care about provoking some thought. And if that works for 3 people or 3,000 or 3 million people, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to be a good guy. And I want to be known as being that guy, and I want to work hard to stay that guy. And that's that. And I kind of need some sex again. So if any of you have
He's leaving
any ex-wives that have really disappointed you, please send them my email and we'll work from there.
And your email's adorable at
It's
gmail.com?
adorable at superdag.com/penis. That's
God.
it's not. That's ridiculous.
You're never going to find any.
Look at my hair's all flat now. It was so beautiful
Can I
this
interrupt for a
morning.
second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have to agree with Dino. I would feel the same way he would because Dino and I are similar and because we grew up together and stuff like that.
You say you're 5'4"?
No,
Oh, God,
I'm
we gotta
5'5".
No.
And he grew up together.
Go
We didn't
ahead,
grow-
I'm
we didn't grow
just
the
kidding.
same size together.
Paul, I'm just
Well,
He
kidding.
was the drummer in my first band.
Yeah, we have the same beliefs. So when he
Bongos aren't drums.
he would feel, he felt bad or awkward, about how your results would be. I would feel the same way. I'd be like, man, you know what, dude? Yeah, I might take a pass on this.
I actually asked him. I said, "Do you want to do this where we record it and you can broadcast it as though we're live?" And he goes,
No, I don't want to cheat.
"Yeah."
And I know you well enough because I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, no diss to you, Dag. I'd be like, you know what? Just look at the results.
I don't want to cheat. I got.
No, I
one-
wasn't like. Well, I was more like not really like broadcast it live. I think I told you. I said, and you can choose whether or not you want to broadcast it. Is I think what I said.
I don't want, but there's no integrity in that.
I get it.
I want. Listen, if
took a
I would have
chance.
failed through, I fucking
We get
rolled
it.
the
We get
dice,
it.
man.
But the problem is, it's perception. Perception is everything.
Listen, I'm not a cheater, and I never would have hurt the woman I love that way. I just wouldn't do it. And now she's got a new love, so I guess none of it really matters. I just don't want people to think that I'm that guy. I don't care if she the problem is, I don't know if she told 5 people or 500 people. So I got to fix this, because I've been doing this 41 years, and her 1 year in this business that was 100% created by me is irrelevant. What is important is that I've been here and I've been doing this and I've been supporting. I can't have all these people I've known for 40 years thinking I did these terrible things. I can't tolerate it. And with
that being said, and I'm going to interrupt.
Oh God, I'm gonna fucking,
God.
I'm gonna spank you. I'm gonna kick your ass when I see you.
With that being said, you move on from here. She
Yes.
moves on, and you're good with that, right?
Oh, I hope today is the ending of all of this, and people sending me screenshots and messages. I mean, I got a couple friends who I find it funny, who do it in a funny way, but people I don't know. Yeah, I've had enough. I mean, it just doesn't end.
Yeah.
And I want it to be clear that, listen, my arsenal is still full if she goes ballistic, but I'm not out to hurt anybody.
All right, here's the thing. I got to stop you, though. Are you going to let those people stop you in your thinking and your process moving forward and stuff like that? You can't. You're going to be
Are you
successful.
fucking kidding me? Of course
You wanna
not.
be successful.
Are you looking at my
Forward and
picture,
not
how
let
pretty I am? Who stops a man who's this pretty? Nobody. Nobody stops a man who's. I will. What? Give me a Muhammad
Dino,
Ali.
am I right on
I don't.
Floats
No,
like a
of course
butterfly,
not.
stings like a bee.
Fly like a bee and I sting like a
I
butterfly.
just gave it the real line.
I know.
Floats.
It's funnier backwards.
right.
No, listen, I'm not worried about this, and I hope everybody's happy. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Die. Quit stealing my ideas, my logos. Have a good time. Matt's a great guy, and I can't wait till he calls me and says, wow, you were right. No, I'm kidding. I'm just saying. I'm just joking.
And that's the thing. You got it. You move forward from this point. I think everyone has.
Have you seen? Are you looking at me online, Paul? Can you see me online?
Why you? Why?
Shut up, Dino.
Yeah, why are you undressing? Yeah, I don't need to see that.
No, you can see me online. Do you see the confidence exuding from my body? Look at how soft my hair looks. All right, shut up, Paul. We're done talking to you with this bad attitude you have right now. And you better get your mom well, because we need to do a sit down. We're going to do it in January. Are we correct?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
closing, hopefully, on my house in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
So-
I'll come burn that fucking house down if we don't get this
my
done.
God.
I'll start a fire.
It's a
boy.
paradise down here. We can have the DAG show down in Fort Myers, Florida.
I would, and I have a lot of friends down in Florida.
Pritzker won't let you go.
If I came to Florida, Pritzker
Pritzker won't let you go.
Actually,
right.
Pritzker's people came in and tied me to Dino's table with a ribbon, and I'm like, this isn't going to
What?
stop
Now he's
me.
making stuff up. The
And
shrimp.
He's gonna tax that.
He's like, you smell like COVID. JB was here. He's like, you smell like COVID. I go, you smell like cheeseburgers. But fuck off.
I'm
Yikes.
hungry now.
But
I think my wife is watching upstairs. Heather, I feel like eating something terrible today. Maybe cheeseburgers. Just
what
saying.
time is it? I have.
I don't know. 10:30.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock.
10:54. I'm the same.
Look at
I'm
this phone
CST.
Are you back in town, Paul?
No. I'm in. Alabama
Poor
right now.
you fucking dick. In your
know.
loving, happy,
I'm on
warm place.
vacation for 3 months.
Who takes a 3-month vacation?
I want to get away from Chicago.
Yeah.
The winters, I'm done with it, man. That's it. It is what it is.
All right. Well,
But
listen.
I'm-
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want you to say something nice about me and how much you love the Dag Show. Say it, pussy.
Since you broached the subject like that,
That's how I get people to love me. Is those
oh
kinds
my
of
gosh.
comments.
Oh my gosh, Muppy, I can't believe he's asking me this
Oh
question.
boy.
Oh, Lynn's gonna love this.
All right, so I've known you for a short duration, but in the short duration time that we've known each other, we talked on the phone for many hours, just on what you wanted to do and stuff like that. I think you're a stand-up guy. I know that you and I have a lot in common. I know that what was brought up tonight, and I'm not, I don't take sides. I listen to people's opinions, and then I make an educated decision. Dino and I grew up together, and him and I are like we're brothers. So when Dino
I didn't know
is
that.
interviewing you, I want to see what's going on, and I need to know. I want to be in the know. So I look at it and say, you know what, this guy's a stand-up guy. He wants to prove himself that Di did this, that, and the other, whatever. I can't pass judgment. The only thing, it's got to clear your name. And if that means that you can move forward in a very healthy manner, that's good. That's good, brother. Does that make sense?
I want to cuddle you right now.
Oh boy.
I want to sit down and watch Rambo and cuddle on a leather couch.
Fire Marshal Bill on you. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Hey, Fire Marshal Bill. What did you?
Actually, I think
You
Dino
did that
knows
very
about
well.
Fire Marshal Bill.
No, I just I want to hold you, maybe feed you some pepperoni pizza,
All right, this is going off again. Turn
Yeah,
off his mic.
this is
I
going-
just turned
this
his
is
mic
going-
off because that
I would say
doesn't work
going
for me.
south, but I am south.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Pritzker's not going to let him come on down by you, so don't worry about your leather couch or anything like that. I think you're safe. All right, I'm going to shut the Dag Show down. I think we're done over here.
guys, you did a great job tonight. I'm very proud of you, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. And be healthy, be safe. Okay.
Hey, you do the same, Paul. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for tuning in. And to everybody else here, hang up on him like a real radio show. Don't let him have anything.
You can
to say.
say whatever you want. I'm waiting for him.
Do
to
it
say
the
something.
fucking right way. No, you
That's
never
right.
let him say anything.
Wait.
You just hang up on. No.
He just hung up himself.
Yeah, that's
Now
fantastic.
you get to grade the
he
call.
knows radio.
I'm going to grade the call.
Grade the call 2. Do it 2. 2 stars.
Okay, 2 stars.
I hope they send him a message that Paul, you fucking loser, you only got 2 stars. All those nice things you said were only worth 2 stars. Listen, thanks, Dino. Thank you so much for doing this again.
It was fun.
And having this conversation. Having fun is the most important. I do want to say this to my fans and Dice fans. I'm not out to hurt anybody, but I want to say this most importantly to Diana. Honey, this wasn't easy. I want to see you do well. We should be friends because you're in my business. I'm not in yours. This isn't the real estate business. You're in the entertainment business. But I love you. There are so many things I could have done better, and I'm sorry I didn't. And I'm happy you found happiness now. And I want to see you excel at that and with the boys. And I love the boys. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a great life from here on out. I'll always be here. My number's always ringable. If you ever need me, I'm here. Matt, you rock. The boys, Ryan and Josh, you rock. Dino, you rock.
Mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese fucking rock.
Love them.
And who rocks more than the Dag? Fucking nobody. Well, Dino maybe.
Yeah.
And Di. And
Yeah.
the kids and the dogs.
Everyone Pritzker.
And
We
Matt.
better go to a song.
And Pritzker. Oh,
Do we have an outro song?
Yeah, I certainly do. How
All right.
about oh fuck.
Put on something that you're not going to get this whole thing canceled on.
I'm not. This is a beautiful song I wrote about Linda when we first met. And my brother Chris was the guitar player, an amalgamation of Leo Kontke pieces for an intro. It's called, I can't remember what I called this song, but it's on the README album.
Sounds like he's playing without a pick. He's playing with his fingertips.
Yes, he's a fingerstyle player.
Maybe a thumb
But
pick.
this song I wrote about Linda. On the new record I'm doing there's songs about Di, there's songs about Jennifer, it's like Dag's Pussy Factory.
And there won't be any songs
No.
about
I
10-day
wrote
excursion. There won't be any songs
I wrote a
about
beautiful song about Di, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. And but this record that I'm doing here, I've been bringing everybody together, and it's going to be pretty cool.
All right.
So, rock and roll, man. So let's listen to this song.
I'm not crying with you.
Oh, you're gonna cry.
No.
Yeah. You're gonna do a fucking Dag Show promo is what you're gonna do.
I need to do some. Get my dag hat on.
Look at this. That was my brother Chris. We recorded that guitar. Literally recorded that guitar in a kitchen on his classical guitarist Taylor.
I like the miking on it.
Wow, that's how I rolled, bro. You know, I was a pretty sharp cat. How's my hair look?
Oh, better than mine.
Well, yours is gray and falling out.
Fluffy.
So this is the first song that I wrote when I met Linda. We can comment on it as it goes along.
It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but
Well,
audio. You don't know that show?
Yeah,
I
love
turned my
that
wife
show.
onto it. It's great.
Love it. But I like the older version. All right, shut up and listen to this song.
Why? We're supposed to comment through the whole thing.
Well, let's listen a little bit.
Like Beavis and Butthead?
Before times. What's the point he tries to make with
So God has blessed me four times.
What kind of
Well, no,
DJ
I'm
are
telling
you? You just shut it off in the middle
Well,
of it?
because God has blessed me four times. What's that mean?
4 kids?
Right.
What? Oh, it was a question and answer. Listen to a song.
Oh,
What?
stop
You're
right
the
there.
worst DJ
What's
ever.
that?
You want to do a wedding? Because I would love to see you at a wedding. Everybody would be like, what are you doing?
I've been
like
in
doing a
weddings.
bunny hop around and you just stop and it's like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
There's
I
no
go to
musical
a-
chairs.
I go to a wedding
You
and I get
musical chairs.
divorced.
They're like, stop, and everybody's going to
Stupid.
sit down, take one chair away.
Who wants me to
That's
go
not
to a
the
wedding?
game we're playing here.
We're going over the lyrics.
But no one said that we're doing
All right.
this.
who was stand there
Holding out my hands, would you make my dreams come true? Is it something you can do? Hold on, here's the good part.
I'd like to take you on a magic carpet ride.
So I somehow convinced Linda that, hey, honey, listen, you keep fucking me, we keep buying studio gear, there's going to be a magic carpet that's coming in. It's going to ride you anywhere you want. Like it'll take you to Texas or Dubai. Dubai was a shithole back then, but there were no man-made islands and there was a lot of insurrection there. But well, let's listen to more words.
I'll take you places you've never been.
I did mention the never been. What?
It's like a bad workout. Like everybody's like working out. Like, hold on, stop. Okay, now go. And then you keep.
I just want to make sure that I mentioned never been.
What the
Hold
the
on.
plugs? All
Did
the
you heard
plugs.
it?
Why you need all the plugs?
I'm going to do a whole song for Walgreens.
You won't.
Wait till you hear it.
One song broken up.
Hey,
into
Walgreens, give me my medicine. I'll check out and buy some Fireball, maybe twice.
I'm turning off your mic. His mic's off. I'm kind of done with that. It's like, and you're getting phone calls, by the way. There's something's going on there. Yeah. All right. My thought about the song. Great song, Linda. This is a great song. I just didn't hear it all. Who are you talking to? Your mic's off. All right, I'll turn it on.
God
No,
damn it.
nice going.
Yeah, that fucking actually hurt. I thought it was kind of being funny.
It's kind of fuzzy and soft, but it doesn't work.
It's fun.
No,
Isn't it fun? I actually want to do a whole show. We just take
What
songs.
they call it a bad DJ.
Called
Yeah,
Bad DJ.
That's what I would call it.
With Dino and Dag.
Yeah, and just you and we screaming at you for stopping the
Right.
song.
But okay, let's listen to some more of this.
Why? This is just
Well-
torment.
No, it's emotions.
I can't tell you how many times I've tried.
Okay,
Impossible.
right there. I just said, hey, listen, person I'm with. I can't tell you how many times I've tried. Hold on, wait.
Find out what's wrong with me.
Yeah, because
you know what?
to find out what's wrong with me, it's your responsibility now that you're dating me to figure out why I'm fucking broken.
If you learned how to articulate when you sing, you wouldn't have to stop the song to explain what you're
No,
saying.
the words I'm trying to put out here.
Abba doesn't even speak English, and that you can understand what they're
You
saying.
know what you're doing? You're doing songs. I'm doing therapy. What I'm trying to say here is that once I get into a relationship with you, it's your fucking problem to figure out what's wrong with me. It says it right in the song. If it says it, it's
so
gotta be
as a
true.
prerequisite,
It doesn't matter if I wrote that 22
as a
years ago.
prerequisite, when you go to date someone, you give them the album. You say, "Listen to this one song."
I bring the liner notes and just say, read these and tell me how you feel after the salad. And then if we get past, you get to read one song.
Have you dated anyone since Di?
No. I've actually been with no women since that. I haven't gone out at all.
Well, then you need to either get something. Well, start setting out your song.
No, I'm starting my whole therapy classes here.
I'm not going to be a part of this because this would drive me nuts.
No, watch, listen.
Well, I don't know how many tears I've cried.
See, right there, you stop and you go, listen.
All I heard was, I don't know how many tits are what.
No,
that's what I heard. I don't know how many tits. That's
No.
what.
How many tears I've cried. And here's my answer as a therapist. Why aren't you counting your tears? What you should do is that you should count your tears. Like, I'm going to make myself cry right now. Hold on, watch. It's 4 tears right there. I know 4 tears came down. Look it. There's one.
What's wrong with you?
2.
You punch yourself in the chest and the tears come out. You like Stretch Armstrong too?
I have 4 tears. If you don't know how many tears you cried, you don't know emotion. You don't know love. You don't know nothing. You know what you're destined to be? A douche. You're destined to live in that garbage can where the lid is up and be unhappy because you don't know how many
Insult
tears you
people
cried.
and cry at them.
No. You should count your tears. Count your goddamn tears. For the love of
How
God.
is that even important in life?
Let's listen to the next verse.
The whole
This was
verse?
written
Are
for
we
you.
really going to listen to a whole verse?
Well, we've been kind of. We've just been.
Not even close. You can't even you count your cheers, but you can't even count a verse.
It's a narration.
It's not even close.
But there's something I don't see. That's something inside of me.
See, what women don't understand is it's something they don't see, but it's something inside of me. And if you're not looking inside of me, then you're not understanding me. That's the way I see it. And it's all the woman's fault.
All right, this is why you're going to be single the rest of your life.
This is exactly.
This is going to destroy you. Why are you even doing this? All these people are going to be watching this going, okay, these are the things that I...
This is right now.
Just
It's
make it
fun
all
that-
right, and then you're going to destroy
I
it.
fucking cried on my own show like a pussy over a fucking woman who hates me. I have earned
deserve-
this right.
Oh, my
Hold on,
gosh.
let's do this.
When do you get it?
Next verse.
We're going to get some ice cream. We're going to cry over ice cream.
There's a lie here.
All right, so as I lie here, what that means is that you're just lying there. All right, let's go to the next part.
I'm glad you explained that.
Well, circles running all around.
Those circles running all around my mind.
Articulate better when you sing, because I had no clue what that was.
Okay, listen. It's all the
tried.
circles running all around my mind.
Yeah.
And the circles are significant. Stop looking at me. I'm not gonna do the show if you look at me. Look.
Should I do cross-eyed?
No, that's gonna ruin it. All the circles running all around my mind. What that say?
Oh, boy.
All right.
Are we going to listen to the song or just...
On my mind.
Now that's important because little visions of your face. Like last night, I had a vision of your face. You weren't wearing headphones, and your hair wasn't in a ponytail. I thought you had a cup of pudding, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But little visions all around your face. You know, in your mind.
No. Paul's calling again.
Hold on.
Yes, Paul. Oh wait, I gotta go. Speaker. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, we're still. Are you
Hi,
watching us?
Paul.
He won't shut up. It's like I gotta get some. I gotta give him a tub of ice cream and he can cry on a couch or something.
Better than that, let's just play some Maiden. Some Iron Maiden.
I'm
Hold on, I have some right here.
we can't play
Hold on.
Maiden because it'll make the show not go live because it's got copyrights.
Right, but I have Maiden right here.
That's not Maiden.
It's the only way.
All right.
It's the only way. Listen, Paul. Sometimes when you sit amongst yourself, you need to think that it's the only way. It's the only way.
He needs a cuddle with someone, and I'm not sticking around for this.
Accelerate this. Tell me what you really, really mean in like 2 words.
Well, hold on. Let me. It's the only way, Paul. I want to take you, Paul, and Dino on a magic carpet ride. Hold on. And it's a carpet ride of epic proportions.
Like last night, I had a vision.
I am watching this, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? What you really need to do, and trust me on this.
Is it comb my hair?
Is an excellent singer, as I know you are, because I've watched your videos.
Thank you.
Just
He wasn't talking
He's
to me.
talking to me.
Oh, all right.
He's talking to me, not you.
Sing some metal. Just let it out.
Not
Come on,
here.
seriously.
I'll tell you what. I'll share with.
Sappy stuff doesn't go anywhere. Sing some metal.
Yeah. See. He wants.
Seriously.
Look at angry Paul. Paul, listen to this. I was going to take you on a carpet ride. Now I'm not. You know what I'm going to take you on? I'm going to take you on an area rug ride. It's very different. It only takes you to like CVS or Walgreens. But a magic carpet ride could take you straight to Nordstrom's.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Oh, this is the best dad show in a while.
Bad DJ. That's what this is called. Bad DJ.
No, I'm the greatest DJ in the history of North America.
You want to do Fuel?
Huh?
We'll all sing it together.
What?
He wants to sing a song together, but it'd be all
Okay,
weird.
what do you want to do?
Fuel for Metallica.
Oh, I don't know it.
No, hang on.
I don't sing a lot of songs from black
I
bands.
want Dino's advice.
Bands? It's
He's
Metallica.
got
I know,
power.
it's trying to aggravate
You
it.
want to do Triumph?
What? Can we sing anything by the Carpenters?
Oh, see, that's what we started the
I
show
just-
with. That was a
seriously,
terrible idea.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, you hate Karen Carpenter because she's dead? Now you're a hater of dead people? That's terrible. You're
Pritzker
not
didn't like her.
nice, Paul. Oh, she's dead. I won't do anything with that dead bitch. Her and her not eating and everything. There's
Paul,
Fat bloated.
Paul, you were invited over here to do a song with me. You never made it.
I'm sorry, brother.
Paul, you're
know-
fickle.
You know my timetable, and
I know.
been-
And now you moved
Well,
away.
his timetable's hurtful. He's canceled on me once already, too.
Did I?
Hey,
No,
but
Paul
who
did.
called you tonight?
Well, yeah.
You did. But it's important to be close to me with my soft flowing hair and Dino's great gray steel wool hair.
Oh, boy.
I digress. Okay, so what song do you think, metal-wise, like Maiden?
Well, okay, we can't.
Grease,
He doesn't know the same metal songs as I know, or we know, I should say.
Why don't you guys pick one and sing together, and
I'm not
I'll
doing-
go ahead
that's
and
what I'm
throw
here
like
for.
a
Paul, you want to
third harmony.
Paul, you want to come over sometime? We will do a song together. I'd love to do a song with you.
I think we should do one now.
I think that would be a great...
Oh, Lenny Rago saying Fireball. Fucking A. I wish I had a fucking eighth of Fireball right
Oh
now.
boy, I don't. You would get all cuddly. Or
What is that? I don't understand.
Fireball's a
Fireball? Well, you don't drink, Paul?
No, I don't know what Fireball is.
It
Fireball,
smells
it's
like cinnamon.
cinnamon whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
The guys on crew do it all the time.
Shit that'll keep your dick hard enough to please a woman for longer than a week.
Oh my!
I'm just saying.
You rub it all over.
Yeah. I don't know. Some guy told me that. I don't know if it's true.
And you got more.
He had that sign
Guess
about
who's calling you now?
Lynn's calling.
That's your
Well, answer it.
Can we
It's my
end an
manager.
accept or end an
What,
accept?
do you
Sorry,
not
Paul,
know?
we're going to take you off.
Hit it. No, you just hit accept and you can bring them both on together. Look.
Oh.
Paul, don't go anywhere.
All right, wait.
No,
we got
no,
speakers
no.
on already,
Okay. You're going to
and she's on.
add call.
You have to call Paul in to
Okay.
add
No,
call.
what the fuck? You suck at technology.
So,
I'm an IT guy. I don't know anything about technology. Lynn, you're clearly on. How are you, darling? This is my manager, Lynn.
I'm fine. I'm requesting a show with the three of you.
With me, Dino, and Paul?
Paul's got to come up here.
Yeah.
I don't care how you guys do it, even if it's virtual, but I think you guys should do at least one show together.
I got to tell you, your voice sounds so sexy right now. I'm going to
boy.
masturbate Dino.
I'm going.
I
away.
might jerk
Wait,
Dino
I'm-
off.
I'm going away. I have to go somewhere else. I think.
So, this is Lynn. Lynn is my boss.
yes, she tells
Yes.
you what to do.
Yes, and she yells at me
How can I
pretty.
turn down a job like that?
Ah,
Tell people where to go.
mhm.
It's my favorite
You're
kind of job.
Such a lucky girl.
I know.
How's my hair look?
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Oh, it does. It's so soft.
Yeah. Great show.
Really?
But
Did you enjoy the
yeah,
show?
You guys are doing good. Dino, you always do great when you do these shows. I
Thank
love
you.
them. Yeah, I think you guys.
They're good fun.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
think
you guys
Paul.
did good
You
fun.
want to know what my problem is with doing a show with Paul Smith?
He's cute.
Do you guys want to hear what my?
He's
I think
more
he wants.
adorable.
I think he wants to have sex with me.
No, I think he's
I
more
thi-
adorable.
I think Paul's. No. Here's what I imagine in my mind.
Oh, there you
Paul
go.
Smith.
Paul's calling. Now you can do your.
Paul
How do
wants
you do
to
it?
take me to an Arby's.
Accept it so you can do both of them.
You just hit accept.
That's what I did before.
Hold and accept, and then you can merge them. You see, you hit that button.
It doesn't work.
All right.
Oh, see how close you are to technology.
But
It
I
doesn't
think
work.
Paul wants to take me to an Arby's.
I think it's because she's on a regular call and he's on.
Well,
Facebook
she's
call.
got a Jew phone. It's probably an Android.
I can call. I can actually. I'm doing it through FaceTime, so I can actually.
Call the regular
Oh,
phone.
that's right. You're calling through.
Call
yeah.
through the regular phone.
He's like, I'm going to
So
save.
disconnect
I'm
that.
going to save 34 cents by calling through
How do we
Messenger.
get- She's on hold, so you
Yeah,
close
just,
that.
no. She's there.
Yeah,
there
that's
she
what I'm
is.
doing.
Put her back in.
Is that? Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Paul's gonna give us a call.
Paul's going to call on a real phone and not Metro Minute that he bought at the senior store. He's actually going to call on a real phone instead of Metro Net Minute.
When he gets your phone.
You got to
not
put
calling.
her up there. Lynn, are you still there? Lynn, are you alive?
Yeah, she's.
I
there.
am still here.
No, okay. So anyway, Lynn, listen, we worked. I worked hard on the show. Dino actually put no effort into it. I
Nope.
got to be honest with you.
No, I didn't know what
Absolutely
was
zero.
going. All I knew is that I was doing the reveal, and I only read the
He's
copy
so
of
full of
what.
shit.
I'm not kidding.
We've been
started
talking
writing
about
down
this
what
for
we're gonna
4
do.
weeks.
All you told me was that I'm gonna do
4
some
weeks.
open up an envelope. I thought it was gonna be like a 20-minute thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's
You
gonna
got
be
the
2
last-
hours. It's more than 2 hours, by the way. We're going on like 3. I probably my wife's probably
Hold on a
sleeping by
second.
now. We're not
Hold-
playing another song, are we?
No.
Paul,
We're
you're
just-
not calling, by the way. This is delaying everything. I'm gonna.
Paul, just keep sending Dino a text saying, I'm
Oh,
trying to
boy.
call in right now.
Do you want me to
I
give
wanna
your phone
keep-
number out?
I got to
live?
drive like 3 hours.
Do
So
not give out his phone number. I can't handle
I'll
that.
give him yours. I got your phone number. I'll give him theirs, and then you
Right.
can connect them.
Great.
oh, what
so
is
anybody
happening?
that has Darren's phone number, you can give us a call right now. We're
Oh.
merging.
Jesus Christ! Hey, welcome to the.
It's the Dag Show.
Well,
Featuring
see,
Dag.
those
And some other people.
You know what? You know what I
There he
noticed
is.
about myself?
No, who's that?
I haven't. That's Paul. That's Paul.
Okay,
So-
decline.
no. Why do you want to decline him? Take it out.
You hit it,
Hit the fucking button.
and then the merge.
No. Well, until. Okay.
Is it merge? Yeah, I think we got there.
Oh.
You guys are
Da,
crazy.
da, da, da. Look at it. It's like How does a guy with no education know more about technology than all the people who work in technology? Doesn't even make any sense to me. How are you a fucking IT guy?
Who said it was?
And I had my laptop just popped up, and I'm like, why am I not coming across? So I'm like, okay, I FaceTime, I get it. So I had to scroll back to Dag's million texts that he had,
to get his phone number.
I could go on and on and on, So I had to pull his phone number up because I didn't have it saved. So here we are.
Well, welcome back. You're all live on the Dag Show. So Lynn was saying that all three of us should get together, and that means that we, meaning Dag and I, are not going on a road trip. You would have to go on a road, or we would have
to
live.
come see us,
or we'd have to do a
trip.
or we do a like,
or
a
we
Zoom
would
or
do
something.
a road trip. So we were constantly
Wait a minute.
denying everything we
If
just
there's
said.
a road trip, I'm going with. Just saying.
Pritzker can't do that. No, Pritzker.
Okay, hold on a second.
Or Fort Myers.
I'm going to clarify a couple of things about women going in a car with me. All right?
Does this go for men too?
Well, it's the same as it. I used to tell women when they came to my house, you're welcome to my house, but you got to be naked. Now, Lynn and I have a professional relationship. You can be naked but I won't see it as long as you're in a clear plastic bag.
I gotta go home. I am home.
You are
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, no, because it's like clothes. Guys, listen to me. It's like clothes, but different. It's just a clear plastic bag.
It's not like clothes.
It's like Devo.
Keep her warm. She'd be warm. Her body heat would.
Yeah,
be
she'd
in
be
that
nervous
bag.
and warm.
Where are you going with this?
Whatever.
I don't get it.
I'm just saying, it's a rule I have. I don't travel with women unless they're
I'm fucking
naked.
confused.
Well,
Did I amuse you some way?
Oh, don't do any Joe Pesci things with me. What, did I fucking amuse you? I fucking amuse you? What are you, funny? Funny like a clown? Yeah, I'm not a good
You'll
Joe
be
Pesci.
money, motherfucker. That was a little.
Careful,
That
but-
was actually kind of a little.
Oh.
I apologize about that.
Listen, I need to be pistol whipped. Not by a man, by a woman. I just want a woman to pistol whip me
Why
with like a
is this
BB
even-
gun. I just,
You know what?
comes out of left field.
I don't know.
This was not in my job description.
Congratulations.
I'll be back in March.
March.
Sit down. Yeah,
March isn't that far away.
Okay.
No, not at all. But we can do a teleconference. I can Skype it from my laptop.
Listen,
earlier.
I don't like words that use S and K next to each other, so I won't do business with companies that use that's their logo. If you put
no,
S and K,
whatever you wanna do,
because it could be
whatever.
because do you know why I don't do business with companies that have the S and K as the letters right next to each other? Do you want to hear it?
We're gonna hear it anyway.
But go ahead.
Skunt. What? Why would you want to call somebody a skunt?
Oh boy.
So you can take it. So you can say, "Hey, I'm Skype," but you're a skunt, or you're a skag, or you're a scraggin.
You are.
And
Yeah.
I'm just not tolerating it. I won't tolerate any of this. I won't tolerate any of this disrespect towards women because those words are all towards women, and that's the way I see it. And so I won't use it. I won't use Skype because of skunt, scraggin, and.
Well, we're talking like that. You're never gonna cuddle with anybody.
I'm not.
going to interrupt you.
You have no idea how much I masturbate. I masturbate literally 3 times a
Am I
day.
even part of this conversation? I don't want to be here.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yes.
If you want to get bands promoted,
Diana used to be mad because I masturbated so much.
I can help. I can't help. As much
With the
as I can.
masturbation or the band?
No, he's talking about the band.
No, okay.
I got asked by several bands, Maiden Tribute Band, a bunch of other bands. They're like, "Hey, can you promote us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to do it, but I'm trying to promote my own band." So now, with all this stuff in place, that is a huge thing. So why don't we make that an objective?
Hey, did you watch the show earlier,
I
or did you
did.
just tune into the Diana part?
And I'm reiterating it. That's the reason why I
Yeah.
put this up.
Concert
So I'm
series.
saying,
The
why
concert
not
series in
have
our
that be a
new
focal
clubs.
point?
Well,
I'm sorry, I brought up the band of your
Stealing your idea.
No. They're actually on the bill for the first show.
He's stealing your idea.
No. What are you
What
kidding
I'm
me?
saying is, let's get something positive out there that it's something that people can go, wow, that's something that's tangible. We'll jump on board, and before you know it, it's like the agents that book shows. Joey DeMarco, all the rest.
We had him on the show tonight.
He didn't watch.
Joey was on the show tonight.
I'll call him again.
As much as I can, but I'm trying to deal with a lot of. I'm trying to close a mortgage here. So the bottom line is, I want to see if I can connect with up there to down here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. The Dag Show is becoming everywhere. Do you know who I am? And you and I are going to start a band called Scraggin' that is absolutely only going to play everything by George Michael. To a metal vibe. So Scraggin' metal, and we're going to name... Scraggin' is the name of our new band, and every song is named Lynn.
Yeah. You're gonna have to define the word differently somehow.
It's Lynn 1, Lynn 2.
Lynn, like 4 minute, 8 minute, like 4 minute 8 second Lynn.
Fuck like, Zeppelin, who comes out and goes, "We're gonna do Led Zeppelin. We're gonna do Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 2,
Lynn point 2, 3."
No, just I want it to be until like you get to the third album. It's like Lynn 85, and it's so hard to even think about. That you're just aggravating. You don't.
From any of this?
Nope,
oh,
you
will. Trust me.
Yo, you get some royalties.
Oh, goody for
All right, you got booty shorts.
Oh my lord.
Booty shorts and those things.
You put the music out. The main thing is we can get stuff up north.
You know how cool it would be to be in a band where you go, hey guys.
Dane from the Maiden tribute band.
He's not listening to me. He's taking over my show.
You're speaking right over him. That's why.
But it's my show.
So it doesn't mean you get to speak over. You
can't
speak over everybody every time they talk.
I want to.
What are you going to do? You're going to just talk. Every time someone says something, you want to say something.
You're doing it right now. You're totally doing it.
Absolutely.
So Paul,
why are you going to talk over everybody all the time?
Paul, we have this band.
Okay, I'll stop.
We have this band called Scraggin'. All the songs are called Lynn. But how cool would it be? Just listen to me. It's not that funny. This is serious. This is a real business model.
Serious.
So we get to band practice. Okay, we're like in our second month, and we're going to play Lynn 42. And everybody knows it because it's just a number.
Why don't you just call it 42?
And then, because you just can't have every song Lynn. You're going to eventually have to number them. Because what if I wrote more than 2 songs? If I wrote one song and called it Lynn, then it's just, hey guys, we're getting together. We're going to play Lynn. We'll just name the band Lynn, but that's a 3.5-hour song. But if we said we wanted to do 2 sets, I would have to break it up. So each song would have a number. I'd just go Lynn 1, 2, 3. And each song would be 15 minutes
normally,
long.
listen. Normally, whenever I hear you speak, normally when anybody speaks and they start explaining something, you start to understand them more as they describe it. As you describe this more, I'm losing cohesion on what you're talking about. I have no clue. The more you talk, the more I don't understand what's going on.
Why are you talking about cohesion? Nothing I mentioned has anything to do with tape.
Lynn 48 was all about cohesion.
I have to fan myself right now.
Do you have any foot and heel cream?
No, why would I have that?
If Dino had some foot and heel cream and he put it on my heels right now, I'd be so happy. I mean, you should get some foot and heel cream. I bet your wife has some upstairs.
Well, you can ask her. Honey, if you have any foot and heel cream and you're still listening to the show, give me a call on my phone.
I can't believe this show is running this long.
I can't either.
We thought it was going to run 18 minutes and 72 minutes on Die.
Yeah?
It's gone like 7 hours on
Die. No, we're not supposed to be going this long.
I don't know.
It's like a Jerry Lewis marathon.
Oh, it is.
Put it up on YouTube and everyone will get a kick out of it.
Hey, everybody.
You know what? I like this.
Hey, everybody. Go to Venmo or Zelle.
When people can laugh and have a good time, that's good.
Hey, Whitey, I'm trying to raise some money, so can you shut up for 12 seconds? All right.
I'm sorry, mister. I didn't understand what you were saying.
Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, the Dag Show USA at gmail.com. You guys all put all your money there. You know what? Joel Osteen's a douche. Give me half of the money we're going to give him tomorrow, and I'll get a Porsche Boxster instead of a fucking Ferrari. That'll be awesome. Come on, join us. I don't need Ferraris. I just need used Boxsters. The Dag Show, starring Dino Manzella. It's his show. He started
It
this.
should be the Dino Show then.
Well, we're going to start calling it that.
The Din Show.
Right. I want $200,000 a year to do this show. I'm going to need a
I
check
want
today.
my own.
Yeah, you need the Lin 42 Show.
Lin42.com.
It'll
better
change
spell my
every time you
name
do
right.
it. You have to open up.
I look at Dino's eyes, and I'm watching them.
They're sweet, aren't they? Look at them.
Yeah.
They're like chocolate
Like
pudding.
the expression.
Oh boy.
Here, let me lick your eyeball.
No, go wait. No, it's gross.
I want to lick his eyeball. I will lick his eyeball.
Lynn, if you have a show and it's got to have like Lynn 42, Lynn 43, you're gonna have to open up a new page for every one of your new shows.
This is what happens. This is what happens to my
Just
show
so
when
you know,
I'm.
You don't have to lick eyeballs. Here's the reason why. If you learned in high school earth science and science in itself, there are bugs that actually eat the debris from your eyeballs.
Why are you? No, you only need one reason not to lick eyeballs, and that's because Dino doesn't like it. There's nothing to do. Why does it have to do anything with bugs? I mean, seriously.
Wait a minute.
One reason is all you need.
Paul
Dino
Smith.
doesn't like having his eyeballs licked.
Is this what you learned in police work? Because.
You know what? When I saw a lot of dead people, I saw stuff like that. So,
But you saw. Listen. I have beautiful blue eyes, and I don't remember seeing any bugs in them. But if they were there, I would certainly try and lick them out.
They have no semen.
you
And
lick
that's
your own
kind of
eye.
like what it is.
Semen?
No semen.
It's like bugs have semen that they put in my eyes. Bugs
No, that's your boyfriend you're talking about. Oh!
Oh, hey! Ping, pow, doing.
Where is this going?
I don't know. Paul's going crazy.
I opened that box up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, don't talk about boxes. I haven't been laid in a while.
There's the big reveal. There it is.
That's another show.
No, it's this one now. Thanks a lot, Paul. You just screwed that up.
Well, Dag has a 2-hour drive home. How many times can he masturbate on the way there?
What the heck's going on here? Why? Go lick eyeballs elsewhere.
Why does Dag slow down next to truck drivers?
So they can watch him?
Oh God.
What the hell has happened to this show?
All right, I want to hear Dino say about this show and where we can go forward with this.
Oh,
Dino,
We just the whole beginning of this show was on that.
you guys are. My life is fucking miserable, and I lost the woman I love. You guys want to worry about where Dino's going?
No.
All right, Dino, you figure it out.
That's all.
I love the way that it's going now because it's not as political.
My girlfriend's banging a drummer in a band I like. Awesome.
All right.
So what my thought about the show is that the way it's going is better because it's going away from the political. And you guys don't know about this, but there was a time that I agreed to do a lot of the things that Lynn that you're doing, except I talked him into putting on a shock collar, a dog shock collar. And here's why. Because I said every time you say anything that's political, we're gonna shock you. So because it was just that's all the show was about. He was like, yeah, I want to have this music show that does all about music. I'm like, yeah, but your show's all about politics. He's like, yeah, but we'll have a little bit of. I'm like, no, none of it.
So let's electrocute him.
So we're gonna
Awesome.
shock him. That's what-
Where do I sign up?
Look, okay, it's you know it works. With
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, Lynn. I need you to slow down. I want you to talk real slow. I want all the men to be real quiet. Can you try and put the phone close to your mouth?
Oh, jeez.
Why? What
Just
are you
talk
doing?
slow. I want to hear what you have to say. Talk slow.
What are you
Go
doing?
ahead.
Now you're worrying me.
Just say what you were going to say slowly. No, okay. Just say what you're going to say. Look at all the guys who are like, oh, I don't care where Dag's going. Fuck you guys. You know where I was going with that. I was
Not
kind of
at
getting
all.
a little worked up. I wanted to hear. I was tired of listening to your voices. It'd be nice to hear a woman's.
Well,
than
I
Dino's.
think it would be good to do. I think it's good to do a show. You guys should, the three of you, should do a show together.
Well, I think you signed up too. I think you kind of signed
You're
up for it
kind of
too.
in this now, Lynn.
Yeah, you could be the voice of Not So Reason once in a while.
Right. You can just be like the short little lady who yells at us.
I'm bringing a shock collar for you.
Right.
Well, see, like I said, okay, well, with shock collars, you could still use a water gun. Water guns with like,
What kind of accents can you do, Lynn?
When you do something, you might get electrocuted because you're near some equipment. So I'm okay with the shock.
I'm totally not cool giving a woman a shock collar for even you guys, much less
No, we're putting it on you.
We're putting
Oh,
it
no.
on you, not
Oh,
me.
go fuck yourself.
It is. It's all about you, brother.
Well, wait, electrocution?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
I'm game
fantastic.
on that. I think we should all vote. We should all vote whether or not you get electrocuted.
I can wait. You know what? I could get like one of those little taser things, like a little, spray
Yeah.
things. Or
Yeah, right in the neck.
spray.
Honey,
Just
honey, you were on my
jab
team.
them in the neck.
The fuck is happening?
I like this idea.
Oh,
This could work.
I'm glad you.
Yeah.
I'll be on vacation till.
People would pay to see this.
What,
Put a shock
Paul?
collar on you.
What day do you come in? What day do you come back in March?
It's okay to last, and this is all about lasting. That's what I like.
Paul, what day do you come back in March?
I'll be back. I'm driving back March 2nd.
I'm leaving the 3rd. That's so weird. This is never going to work out.
Why?
Well, because I'm going to Australia,
Don't
which
do
is
it.
not a country, according to Facebook. It's not a country.
You put another shrimp on the Barbie there, mister?
No, yes, I'm going to do that.
So do it before you leave.
All right, so
No, I'm
you're
not really
going
doing. Why are you? I'm kidding.
Why is he going to Australia?
I'm not actually going to Australia. Nobody knows who I am there.
I don't care.
Why would I go to a place where I'm not popular?
I don't know.
No.
I'm popular in Glendale Heights and Plano, and that's it.
In Tehran.
That's it. In
All
Tehran.
right, so here's the deal. I'm coming back. My DW drum is coming as custom, is being delivered on the 2nd. So I have to be there to have it done, and I'm very happy about that, as you can tell. So I would like to meet up, and maybe we play a song, or we... I don't know, just saying, throwing it out there.
I'm totally in. Any music you want to do, I'm in.
I think this is a good idea, but I also think you guys are missing something. I think we have to take a road trip to Florida.
Okay.
I just think we do.
That will come afterwards.
She just turned out.
funding this?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's
She just
funding this?
turned a
We
free
have
show
to-
into
we
a
have to do it
$2,000
live,
show.
though.
Yeah.
Who's funding it?
We'll be from my pool, which overlooks the lake.
You're gonna
And
need. I'm gonna need approval from from the Die Show, before I can do anything.
What?
Until if the Die Show doesn't approve anything the Dag Show
Don't go
does.
backwards. Don't go backwards.
All
You're
right.
going
Yeah,
backwards right now.
you're not allowed to mention that anymore. We're
Oh,
done.
okay.
Yeah, you got it out tonight, brother. Okay.
It's-
All right. Move on. I was
You know
having
what? I'm
fun.
going to keep you freaking focused.
All right.
Because it's got to be that way.
Oh.
No more of that, okay? Dino knows what I'm talking about. Stay focused. We are on point, okay?
I want you.
Point, head on a swivel.
I want you to
That's all.
hold me, Paul. I want you to hold me and look in my eyes.
Oh boy.
And when you look in my eyes, I want to feel your heartbeat.
I've
And
gotta go. I really
Also,
gotta go.
hold
I've
on a
gotta
second.
go.
Hold on a second. When you go down on me, there's
Well-
this thing I want you to do with your hand.
I gotta go.
And it's really awesome.
You know what? Where's the ending? How do you stop?
No, I
the
don't
gag
know.
show?
There's no ending. There's no pause. This machine is broken.
This button works. Yeah, it turns off his mic.
Seriously, like,
I turned off
go
his
on for
mic.
hours.
He just doesn't stop. Now, how do you just end it with a song? Not with one you have to describe, though.
Okay. All right.
No,
all right.
no,
No. I need to be able to take my own show out on my own outro.
When you gonna do it? You're the house guest that never left.
He seems angry. Why are short people always so pissed off? I don't get it.
Because you insult them. Tell them they're short.
Don't.
I should kick the stool out from underneath you. You'd fall on the
You
ground.
should.
Like, you're so short now.
All right, listen. I want to say this to everybody who chimed in here. We're gonna end this, and I love you all, man. I'm very lucky anybody pays any attention to me at all. Get out there, support Di, do her thing, let her do her thing. No more. Nobody needs to send me any more shit. It's over. it's just done. Good luck to her. Good luck to Matt. Everybody have a great time. The Dag Show's got big things going on. I love every single one of you who spend any time with me. How lucky am I? Give me a break. 5.5 years. You guys are here. Don't forget the Life Rides is coming up. Let's Eat is coming up. We start shooting the concert series. These cool videos we're doing. The 2 new exclusive clubs, and I'm sorry we couldn't mention the other one today. I hoped we could, but we can't. I'll mention it in the next day or so. And, man, y'all fucking rock. Y'all rock. Thank you for loving me, even though I probably don't deserve it. Have a great night, and here, should I do it?
Don't describe the song.
No.
Then.
No, I'm
Playing
just,
a little outro this
I'm
time.
doing an outro.
Okay.
And I gotta run.
Look at that. And
gotta go.
Lynn and Ralphie and Karen and Paul Smith and this man right here, who I've known 30 years. Give me.
You're not licking my eyeball.
I'm not gonna lick you. I'm gonna kiss you.
All right.
Fucking kiss them.
It's probably got bugs.
You don't got bugs. I'm the
got
cleanest. I
bugs.
smell like fucking Old Spice. I'm
boy.
absolutely fucking delicious.
Yeah.
You guys have a great
Put
night.
it in the basket.
Real adorable.
Have a great night. We love you all, and thanks for tuning in to the Dak Show. Like, share, and follow. We'll talk to you later.
Social distance. Social distance.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Spit on my arm. We'll
We'll see you later.
Temple.